Yo, what's going on, my people? You already know what time it is when you hear the sound of my voice. That means it's time for another episode of the Pregame podcast. My name is Wole, your host. Here with my amazing co-host, Mr. J. Poppy is in the building. What's going on, sir? Wagwan. Hi. She was a guest about a month ago, and now she's an official member of the crew, of the pod. Yo, yeah, Miss T is in the building. How you doing, Queen?
I'm good. I'm excellent. I'm so excited to be a part of this thing officially.
Absolutely. We're excited to have you. Very excited. Yes, we are. Cassie will be here in a bit, but we have a special guest in the building. And this woman right here, man, I have so much respect for her. I adore her. I think she is one of the most intelligent people I ever met in my life. And that is not hyperbole. I mean that. And this is something that she does. Well, she's done this type of stuff before, but on a professional tip. So I don't know how she's going to feel about how ratchet we get on this thing. But regardless, I am happy that she's here. So please, ladies and gentlemen, if you would, Miss Monsurat Ottun is in the building. Woo!
Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. We're going to interview you in a little bit, but before we do that, we'll get into check-in. Check-in is super simple. Just tell us something that you learned this week or something notable that happened that you don't feel uncomfortable sharing with us. And yeah, that's pretty much what it is. And I'll get us started. Very, very, very good work week. Like very, very, very good work week. I spent 2 days up in North Haven, Connecticut, working with a nationally recognized nonprofit out there on a values retreat, which is something that like myself and my boss really love to do. And this team was 17 people, all leadership, and they did an excellent job over the 2 days and came up with their values, and it was really dope. It felt really good. And they have a mission that's very unique. Never really saw that before. Mm-hmm. So I learned a lot about what they do and access to diapers and access to period products and, doing drives and stuff for those types of resources for young moms and stuff like that. I didn't know that there was a thing like a lane for that. But they are the national entity that that basically governs or provides assistance and resources for over 300 partner members. So that's 300 different locations across the country, which is incredible. So that was really dope. And today was a very long day. I didn't leave work until 6:30, but I had a really good conversation with my boss. And I like when I'm tired and just exhausted from doing what I love. It's the different type of high. As soon as I jumped in the shower and washed my ass, I came out feeling like, all right, I'm gonna put on a sexy turtleneck because it's the best way to end the week. It really is. But yeah, that was my check-in. Very good work week, and I love having good work. I love feeling like I made an impact and make good connections and all that kind of stuff. So I am going to turn it over to new cast member, Miss JaTia, with her check-in. How you doing?
I'm good. So let me see. This week was wild. There were a couple deaths in my family circle. Damn. And that always sucks. Heartbreaking.
Condolences. Damn.
That's that.
Mm-hmm.
But I was able to book me and the kids. I'm going to take them away for my birthday, so I'm excited about that. They don't know about it yet. We're just going to go down to Florida. Quick trip, but they're going to be so amped.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something.
Because y'all went there last year, right?
I usually go for I like to get away. I don't like to spend my birthday
in Rhode Island.
Here or with the kids. I got the kids every day. I want to.
Got it.
I want to do.
So what changed for your birthday this year? Why are you taking them with you?
It's just. Well, one, with the 2 deaths in the family, it's just everyone's kind of going through their own thing. I don't want to I don't want to burden anybody. I don't want to even have to ask for a sitter. Expect that. I'm just gonna take them, rock with them, and make the most of it. And we haven't been anywhere, so.
You flying?
Yeah, we're flying.
All right, bet.
Yeah. I don't like drive. I don't even want to drive from here to North Kingston. Anything 20 minutes out, that's too far.
Damn, yeah, facts.
You from Rhode Island?
Oh yeah,
okay.
Yeah, born and raised. So that's it.
Okay.
And then the last thing I'm excited about, so before COVID, I was going to start a cleaning business. And then, it was literally a month or two prior to everything shutting down. And I was like, no way, I'm not going to people's houses. But I've decided this year I'm just going to try everything. So I have my first client. I'll be going out there next week. I was able to hire my friend. So not only putting money in my pocket and feeding my family, but doing the same for my friends. So we'll see where that goes too.
Big teams only. Big teams. Congrats.
Thank you.
Word. I'm gonna have to see what your rates look like before I hire you, because that shit can get expensive.
It can.
What's up with that?
It's true. Yo, you know how much hourly like cleaners make? Like people that you hire to clean your crib? They make like $300, bro.
It's well worth it though. I mean, I haven't done it, but
it's
a
very
good
convenience. Yeah.
We hire a cleaner once a quarter to like clean everything.
Oh, that's good.
Everything. First floor, second floor, third floor, and they're thorough. And they organize, and it's like, yo, and it's like two Spanish ladies, typically, not to be like racist, and they come in and Tia be fucking it up with the Fabuloso. So
that's how you know it's good, when you smell that Fabuloso.
Dog.
Smell it before you walk in, right?
They got Fabuloso for wood now. You know what I'm saying? Like if you got wood floors, they got the wood polisher Fabuloso. Like, yo, Fabuloso out here. Damn, thanks for sharing, Tia. J Poppy, how you feeling, sir?
I'm feeling great. This is a new setup we're trying, so kind of really excited about it. I came back from my vacation.
Word.
Very spiritual, very mind-opening type of experience. What I learned from it is networking, how to relax, how to start a business too. So it's basically balance. What I hate about it was I got sick on the last 2 days of my time in Miami, so I couldn't really enjoy it to the fullest. So that's the suckiest part. But other than that, I'm happy to be back. I miss y'all in a sense. Matter of fact, I even brought gifts, but I'm gonna wait until Cassie shows up before I distribute them. So yeah, that's my check-in. Work sucked, so yeah. That's how I'm gonna end it.
Damn. All right. Thanks, J Poppy.
Checking out.
All right. Our guest, our illustrious guest, it is your turn.
This week was interesting. I think the biggest lesson I learned is to let go, and I think it's a lesson that God has been trying to really drum into me over the last year. This week, so Monday was a holiday, MLK.
Yep.
So Tuesday I get into work. First thing, our system is down and my laptop goes crazy. It's like, oh, we gotta do all these updates. So I turn it on to restart it to do an update. Doesn't turn back on.
Oh no.
Wow.
So I'm on the phone with IT, but they're going crazy because there's system outages everywhere, and they're just like, we just have to send you a new laptop. And this is the second time in 2 months that they've had to send me a new laptop. And I lost all my data the last time.
Wow.
So, I was like, all right. They're like, we're going to overnight it. You'll get it tomorrow. It'll be fine. So Wednesday comes, laptop's not here. Thursday comes, laptop's not here. Friday, I'm like, y'all got to give me my laptop. I spent the whole week not doing anything, right? But I have to say, I spent a lot of that time being productive. So it's recognizing that the things you don't have control over, you don't have control over, right? But I had control over. I was like, you know what? I'm going to go grocery shopping so I could finally do the meal prep I've been trying to do for so long, right? I spent time in the kitchen cooking. I cleaned. I started reading, writing, just doing more other stuff that you don't often have the time to do. So I think that for me, it was a very productive week, but only because I listened to myself saying, let go, right? There's nothing you can do about the situation.
Let it go.
So that's my life lesson. It was last year and this year too. Get it together by letting go.
Word. That's what's up. Why did you find it so difficult to let go of those things?
I'm a control freak. I like to control things. I'm not even going to lie. I like to, set a plan and then execute, right? You got to get stuff done. I feel like a lot of us, when you're trying to do a whole bunch of different things, it's like, all right, I got to get it done, right? And I had a project that we were meeting every single day this week to make sure we got it done. And to be stagnant and still and not be able to do the work that I know I need to get done is very just frustrating, I guess. But it's like, you know what? I'm going to be cool. I'm going to relax. I'm going to do other things that I do have control over. And then when the time comes, I'll do the work that I can do. So,
do you feel like in those moments, though, the thing that we tend to let go of are those other things that are super important to us?
Yes. No doubt.
That's easy to let go of for whatever reason, right?
The self-care always goes first. Me and my sisters were talking about this. We have a whole accountability group now where it's just like, how do we hold each other accountable for the goals that we're setting for ourselves? So, and I love it because now it's just like, all right, like if you're not taking care of yourself, you have me to say, listen, I got you. Like, how do we make sure that you get back on track and vice versa? So, yeah, absolutely necessary.
Mm-hmm. Beautifully said. Thank you for sharing. So, before we even get into topics and before we interview you, we always play a game. Tia played this game about a month ago. You're about to play it now. Rapido fire. All right? I'm going to kick us off and we're going to ask
My
you...
condolences.
We're going to ask you a bunch of random questions. They could be trivia related, they could be music related, they could be pop culture related, they could just be you related. Okay. Just like everything that we ask you is based on your personal preference. So there is no pressure outside of you got to answer as fast as you can.
Okay. First thing that comes to my mind.
First thing that comes to your mind. No thinking about it. No marinating. Well, I really like the number 7, but 9's pretty good too. Like none of that shit.
Okay.
So my question to you, my first question to you. Top 3 groups, R&B groups from the 90s.
Groups has to be group, not individual.
Let's go. Group or individual. Top 3 group or individual from the 90s. R&B.
First that comes to mind, Mary J. Blige.
Okay.
Boyz II Men.
Hey.
And Aaliyah.
Okay. Bang. J. Poppy.
What do you prefer, flats or drums?
I don't know what drums are.
Chicken. Flats or drums?
Drums. Nah, you know what? When you said flats, I'm thinking shoes.
Right away.
That's why you said I don't know what drums are.
Yeah, because I'm like, I never heard of. Is that a new thing?
Instruments. Like, why are you asking
this? I'm like, what kind of shoe is a drum?
Yo, women are a trip, bro.
They're funny. I love it.
We're gonna talk about chicken, bro. Flats and drums, dog.
Drums.
All right, cool.
I never heard of drum shoes.
They don't exist. They don't exist. It's not a thing.
To bring them out, bust them out. All right, so a phrase that you don't hear anymore that you would bring back.
That's
any phrase, like something from the 90s, any time
really
era.
Good question. Oh shoot.
No doubt.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Okay. A lot of people don't say no doubt. I fuck with it. What was your favorite outfit from the 2000s? Favorite outfit? Were you a name belt and big hoop, name earring?
I'm always
baby
big
fat
hoops.
coat.
Always big hoops.
But like,
All day, every day.
what was your favorite outfit that you wore the most in the 2000s? Long T era.
The 99s in the 2000s.
I wore a lot of suits. I had to wear a lot of suits. 2000s, yeah.
You wore a lot of suits?
2000s up
from
until
2000
now?
to 2010?
Oh, no.
2000 to 2010.
Where was I was in college. I was wearing jeans. I was wearing sneakers.
Okay. But that was your favorite outfit? Your favorite?
I don't have a favorite.
Black truly don't crack. Like she just told me she was in college.
Yo,
I'm old.
She's the OG.
What you trying to say? I'm old.
Monsurat's like 39, bro. She like
Not
41.
That,
she like 41, B.
Can I get there? If I get there,
first
God
off,
willing.
Watch how you talk about yourself. You're gonna get there because you're a beautiful human being.
God willing.
Like, the Lord, he willed it. You ain't going. You gonna have.
The Lord, he willed it.
He's a good God, but he's also a funny God because he gonna allow me to torture you for the rest of our lives.
You forgot I lost my cousin this time last year, so I'm just saying, by the grace of God, we'll be here.
Yes, you had to make it sad.
By the grace of the Lord.
I'm just saying.
Damn it, Monsurat.
All day, every day. All day, every day.
Won't he
Rest
do
in
it?
power. God damn it. All right, J. Poppy, it's on you.
All right, what was the last thing you watched on Netflix, Hulu, Peacock, whatever app or streaming app you use?
The last thing that I can remember, which is probably not the last thing I watched, was Bridgerton.
Bridgerton.
Mm-hmm.
White paper. All right, cool.
Okay.
Season 2? Or
season yeah.
Okay.
I'm not.
That makes it more recent.
Well, I
watched season
I was
1.
not into. I wasn't into watching it, but then everybody's like Bridgerton. So I was like, all right, let me finally watch it.
Wait,
and was it worth it?
I was gonna say, did you feel it was overrated?
It was all right.
All right.
It wasn't bad.
I don't know nothing about it, but okay. Cool.
It was all right.
All right, it's your turn.
I started watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine. That shit's hilarious.
I heard about it. I haven't seen it yet, but I heard about it.
If you got Peacock, it's so worth the $5.99.
But The Best Man's on Peacock. You ain't watching The Best Man? That's on Peacock now.
He don't know nothing about The Best Man.
Man.
No. Wait, no.
You watched The Best Man?
The last chapter?
Yeah, the final episode.
Yeah, the final chapter.
You watching them?
No, I'm not right now because I'm watching
heard
Brooklyn.
about it.
Okay.
I wish I had Peacock so I could watch it.
Movies. I seen the movie.
Okay.
Seen the Christmas one.
Okay.
R.I.P. I miss her already. But yeah, the final chapter. Yeah.
They didn't have to kill her off like that. But okay.
It was her final wish. You know what I'm saying? That it was dope. I love it. And he was playing for the Giants too. Like, come on.
You're a New York guy. You're a New York Dominican. There's nothing more.
And we're in the playoffs. Let's go.
We'll see what happens this weekend, King. Back to you. Back to you,
Yes.
Monsurat.
We love the Eagles.
Weird food combination you like?
Oh, everything.
Like something truly strange.
Mac and cheese and
Yummy.
What's your
anything.
plug in mac and cheese?
Anything. Everything.
Just anything.
Yeah.
Like pickles and mac and cheese.
Why not?
Why not?
Why not?
What kind of serial killer shit are you talking
You
about?
can eat mac and cheese with anything.
No.
I learned in Tennessee. In Tennessee, they can't make good collard greens. So, I mean, it could happen.
You said in Tennessee they can't make good collard greens?
Now they kill it with a vinegar. Yeah, they kill it.
Oh,
they overkill it with the vinegar.
yeah. I could see that. I could see that.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
It's supposed to be a cap. Tell them.
Yeah, they don't got it.
Okay.
They ain't got it.
All right. What is an animal that you despise?
Ooh.
Mice.
Why?
What did Ratatouille
Because
get
they be
you?
all up in your space sometimes, and it's just like, why are you here though? Why?
Ratatouille cook you a nice meal when you want it.
Why
like,
can't
what we talking
but
about?
nah, like I don't. It's not cool.
Did you ever pay rent?
Nah, but you ever been?
Why you talking about it like they conscious of what they do?
Because
They just roll up on you and just be hanging out.
They do. They're smart.
Hey, like, yo, we gotta get Monsurat today, yo. Y'all ready to roll?
Like I don't have mice per se, right? But like I've been in situations where like
Yes.
you'll be somewhere. I hate to say that, but like you never been to somebody's house and they got like mice that are like aggressive.
Nah, roaches, yes. Mice, no.
Mice are punks. They don't be trying to go near humans.
Oh, that ain't the
I'll
truth.
never forget
That
it.
ain't the truth.
I was somewhere and
Thank you.
And a mouse ran right up on the bed, like
Oh my God,
on
no.
the bed.
That's because that house is
On the
disgusting.
bed.
That's the pet.
I don't because
There's food somewhere in that
I've
room.
seen it. Like I've been somewhere and
I just feel like they had it was a bad neighborhood, bad area, bad infrastructure, like all those things.
Yeah, all
but
of
they
it.
weren't. I don't want to say they were disgusting people. They were clean people. It's just for all
it's
those
just that,
reasons.
yeah, you're just
like,
in a neighborhood where that happens.
never. They didn't.
Was it a mouse or a rat? Because rats be doing that shit.
Nah,
Rats
it was
don't
not
give a
mouse.
fuck.
It
But
was a
mice are
mouse.
smart though. Mice will come up on you if they don't know better. Like I've seen aggressive mice.
I was
Okay.
mortified.
Okay, I bet you was.
Like-
I had a mouse tap dance on my chest when I was 7.
Oh no!
You'll never forget it.
I mean, I couldn't feel it.
no.
I woke up with little scratch
no.
marks on my chest.
Oh.
Swear to God, yo,
How you
this
know
is.
it was a mouse?
I know it was a mouse because what else could it have been? It was me, my mom, my brother, all sleeping in her bed when my mom and dad were about to get separated, and we had no heat in the house. So the mice did whatever the fuck they wanted. And they crawled up in the
That is
bed, and he
crazy.
was crip walking on my chest. I woke up, like I was 7 or 8, and I had to go to school, and I had all these I had all these little scratch marks, little teeny tiny, barely could see it on my chest.
No,
100%.
I've never been
Poor-
close to them. I
poor
can't
Wole.
get.
I mean, I was
I
unconscious.
can't.
I was in subconscious, so I didn't.
Yeah, but I would be traumatized. Like I'd be like, nah, I wouldn't sleep.
It is what it is.
I
It
wanna
is. Life
sleep.
goes on, man. Life goes on. But anyway, was that your question?
Yes.
That was yours.
The food.
That was
but-
my question. Yes. No. What question did I just ask? I can't even
Oh
remember.
yeah, the animal
Animal.
question.
Yes.
Yeah.
So she said mice. Boom. It's on you. We'll do 3 more.
3 more. Who's your favorite basketball team?
Celtics.
Ew. Next.
Tia.
So you're feeling sad. What do you do to get yourself out of that? Shake it off.
Go for walks
Walks.
by myself with my headphones.
Shake it off.
Yeah, okay. So
Shake
music
it
too,
off.
though.
Yes.
I thought you was about to say with your husband. I was like, who the hell is that? But
Secrets.
I need to meet him. Anyway,
Gotta go through me.
top 3 movies of all time and why. This is the last question. So we going big. And you are not allowed to say, I don't know. I don't have any fit. I don't want to hear none of that shit. Top 3 movies of all time and why?
And we're going to judge hard. So.
Yeah.
This is a judging zone.
Top 3 movies of all time?
Of all time to you. Your top 3.
One more after that because I need to know.
Okay. We'll do one more.
All right. You're going to judge this one, but I don't care. The Jacksons, An American Dream.
That movie's amazing.
Yeah.
Next one.
Okay.
Set It Off.
Okay. There's so many jokes I could put in there, but I'm not a gangster. Second favorite movie of all time. Set It Off.
It's not. Listen.
Nope. What's the third one? You don't get. What's the third one?
There's a whole storyline.
I know.
There's a purpose.
Thank you.
What character are you?
I'm not no characters.
If you could pick one, which one?
Okay, you already choosing for me. For real.
No, I didn't choose. I didn't say nothing. What character you is?
I'm not none of that.
You're not none of them?
No.
You're the girlfriend, huh? You Cleo's girlfriend?
No, you did not.
You the one that survived?
You're playing right now.
What's the third movie, man? Come on.
I'm gonna say Lean on Me because I seen it today.
Lean on Me.
So,
Okay, that's a good movie.
and I wouldn't even say the best of all time. I would say really impactful and like classic.
And you're the
All of
head.
them.
You're the head. You know what? In charge. That's why.
You think that's why?
I know that's why.
Okay.
I know that my friend Monsurat feels wherever she go that she's the HBIC, and there's nothing wrong with that.
I was gonna say, and she should.
As she should. Yeah, both of y'all are the
Right.
HBICs. Gang, gang. Tia, you had one more for her?
Yes, no disrespect to anybody that's missing any limbs, but
Oh shit.
no arms and no legs.
Oh God.
God damn.
No arms.
And why?
No arms.
I need my legs. I gotta walk.
You rather walk than
That's a very. That's a,
Listen, I could get the joints, right? I could get the joints.
no joints, no joints.
I could be Mr. Roboto.
Nah, they're just gone. No substitution.
gone.
Like,
so just up to here, the whole shit,
whole
the whole arm.
nubs down below or nubs up top. Like,
Wow. I mean, no, she'll be able to get some prosthetic something.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
No,
Okay, all right.
taking
So,
away. That's
so
like-
no arms.
Legs, no arms.
No arms.
Yeah.
All right, bet. Perfect. Cool. Thank you for playing rapid fire trivia / get to know you. Now we're going to get into the meat and potatoes. We're going to interview for about 10 minutes. And my first question to you, my friend, is what do you do? Why do you do it? And how long have you done it?
You got time?
We got time.
Okay.
We here for you.
Well, 10 minutes, he said. So.
I mean, if you want to tell us for
So,
10 minutes, you can.
I mean, I'm doing cyber. That's a short answer. I'm a cybersecurity professional, but that's been short term. I've been in cybersecurity for probably about 5 years, but before that, I was an attorney. Probably practicing for 5 years before I jumped into cybersecurity. I'm still an attorney, but again, focus more on cyber. But before that, I was doing a lot of nonprofit work. So, like, I consider myself a community advocate. A strategic planner, strategic thinker, someone who is all about community and economic development. And the way I'm doing that these days is through law and cybersecurity.
Excellent.
That's amazing.
Oh, let her go second.
Hey, that means you don't have a question yet. Go ahead.
You didn't have to throw me under the bus.
I threw you on top of it, and my back isn't broke.
So throughout your journey into your career choices, did you have mentors along the way, people that either led you in that direction or just supported you? Was it your own decision, or what did you feel?
I feel like it was my own decision, but I had supporters. So I was in the Upward Bound program, and I remember that was the first place where they were like, oh, you want to be a lawyer? We got you. Like, what do you need? Who you need to talk to? How can we get you there? So I've always had people in my life that are like, all right, so if this is what you're looking to do, how can we offer you support? But I knew that I wanted to be a lawyer since I was a kid.
Where'd that come from, though? What?
My dad would say that I'm a good debater. Like I'm always questioning everything, always like challenging everything. So he was just like, you could do this, you could like push the law thing too. But it's also, I have a strong sense of social justice, right? Like that is my heart. You know, anything, everywhere, regardless of whether I practice law or not, social justice is always something that is a part of who I am. So it just gave me, or I thought law would give me an opportunity to really be able to exercise my voice to help contribute to social justice.
Awesome. J. Poppy, your question?
Okay. In the cyber universe, what has been one of your toughest challenge?
Looking like me.
Say it again. Say it one more time.
So, I think being a woman in, what do they call it? STEM, tech, whatever field is a challenge. But then being a black woman and being a young woman and being a Muslim woman.
Say it again.
And being new to cyber, you know, it's just like, who do you think you are? You know? So it's constantly having to prove yourself, constantly having to express that you know what you're talking about, constantly having to remind people that you're in the room. A lot of battles, but at the end of the day, I feel like I earned a lot of respect. And, you know, when I was doing the work that I was doing, they saw the impact, right? So when people see that you're not just about talking and that you can deliver, they recognize that, okay, she's here for a reason. And the respect comes, but it's a daily battle to just show up as yourself and constantly have to remind people that you're here to deliver a service, to do a job, and that you know what you're talking about.
Yes, sir. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing.
Great questions. Great questions. So my next question to you, Monsurat, what was your favorite moment from our equity leadership cohort that we did last year? What was your favorite moment?
It has to be one moment.
Favorite moments, as many as you want.
My interactions with the people. Like the best part of ELI was connecting with people that I may not connect with, you included, right? Like we've never crossed paths before.
I never.
But like connecting with people that you don't normally get to see and being able to relate on so many deep levels, right? Like from career to family to passion to pain, you know, being able to really individually talk to people and be like, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I feel what you're saying. Yeah, I was there, you know, or no, I wasn't there, but I'm here to support you. You have somebody that has your back now, you know? So I would say every interaction that I've had leading up to the retreat and even after that, leading up to graduation, I feel like has been eye-opening and really supportive for me.
Who are your favorite people that you met
you can't do that.
From the Equity Leadership Initiative? I can, and I just did. So who are your favorite people?
Just make it short and sweet.
The people that I talk to the most and really stay connected to are some of the people that I've already known before, which is Wayona and Angie.
Because y'all all lawyers.
We're all lawyers. And then Janelle.
Shout out to them because I love them.
Yep. Janelle is like probably the person I connect with the most. We talk almost every day.
Y'all are besties.
And then, of course, you, Wole.
There it is. That's what
I was waiting. I knew I was fifth, but I'm in the top five.
There's a lot, though. That like I still talk to Kajat. I still like talk to the board members. You know, like I connect with different people on different levels. So.
Yeah, word. Yeah. I mean, but you all business with all that other stuff, except for Kajat, because Kajat, you know what I mean? That's the Holmes, you know what I mean? And then you on Juan's board, so you got to talk to him.
Me and Rose be chilling. I'm not on Juan's board anymore.
Uh-oh.
Is that an exclusive?
No. I haven't been on the board.
Let's go.
Since October.
What? Difference of opinion? Never mind. You know what? That's none of our business.
All right.
That's none of our business.
It can be.
No, stop it, Burgundy. It's his turn.
Nah, we're cool though. Like it's not like.
Oh, that I know. But okay, as long as I'm in your top 5 from ELI, that's all that matters.
That wasn't in order.
Oh, so am I in the top 3 and I'm not 3?
You're in there.
I mean, if this was the MySpace friend, you're still part of the top 8.
Listen, me being in the top 5 is
top
just like
8.
if black people could turn orange in the cheeks, I'm orange right now because we wouldn't turn red because we got too much melanin. You be turning like Spanish people definitely turn a little burgundy red-ish.
More darkish brown, but nah.
Darkest brown is wild as fuck. So y'all, so when y'all blush, y'all just go y'all go butterscotch.
Hey, you be impressed.
I know I would. I've seen you blush. Whenever Josh is giggling, just look at his cheeks. When he goes,
well, she can't because I'm behind.
I was gonna say I can't see him.
Oh, you can't see his head?
No.
God damn it! Don't like the new setup at all. I'm against it. Boo. No sir. All right, cool. That was my question. Any one of y'all have the floor?
Yeah, so I wanted to just speak to some of those. Well, I want to find out which social justice issues are like near and dear to your heart. Like,
economic development, 100%. Economic development. Like, we need to have our own businesses. We need to own our own land. We need to own our own property. We need to have our own like ways of building income, multiple ways of building income. We need to get smart about income. We need to get smart about finances. We need to understand our finances, where it's going, coming out, coming in, like going out, coming in. We need to make sure that we have a full understanding of that. Because when you have economic independence, you have power in such a big way. Like,
Word.
You don't want anybody to own you, then like, economic independence is 100% where I think
well said.
it's at.
Well said.
I want to take it personal with you for a second.
Okay.
And why the Celtics? Like, why? Like,
loving the callback.
Like,
I grew up in Rhode Island. I mean,
so nothing to do with Bill Russell or nothing like that. Wow.
So I'll say that like I have been around the Celtics. My brother's a huge Celtics fan. I got a lot of Celtics fans that are friends, and I personally won an autographed Celtics ball a couple years back.
Big Baby?
Signed by the whole team.
What year though? What roster?
I can't even remember anymore.
Who was the point guard?
It was a good year though. It was a good year.
Championship year?
It was a championship year. Yes,
oh yeah, so yeah, Big Baby, Big Perk.
So what? 2008,
2008. Big Perk.
I think it was 2008. Yeah.
Okay.
You want
that? Yeah, please.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Okay.
And I went to a Celtics game recently. We had box seats, and I was just like, oh shoot. Okay.
Yo, talk your shit.
I went to a Miami
and we
game
won.
and we had box seats.
Exactly. You talk your shit too.
Well, I didn't really have box seats, but they were really good.
Oh man. All right. So I'll ask one more question. Now that you're big age, I ain't gonna say what it is.
25.
I'm not ashamed.
25.
I don't even remember how old you are with your old ass. But now that you're your big age, right? And you have officially agreed with yourself to let go of things you can't control, which is a big step for you. And I want to give you kudos because I know how much you like to control things. What have you been doing to keep yourself on track mentally, spiritually, physically?
That's a good question. I know we had talked about meditating before. I'm not quite there yet. But one of the things I'm trying to get back to, I used to write poetry. I used to write all day, every day. I have a book of poetry actually that I had done years ago, and I actually was thinking about that and how I lost that. I sort of lost that when I went to law school. And I want to get back into writing. So I'm doing this 52-week writing challenge where every week there's a new prompt and you just write and you get closer and closer to your authentic self. So mentally, that's been really helpful just to understand myself and get closer to, my inner self. Physically, I started going back to the gym actually. Like I used to go to the gym.
Let's go.
Yeah. So I can't say I'm consistent with it yet. But I do have like sort of a home gym. So if I can't get to the gym, I try to walk every day, or I try to do some home gym stuff. It's been a couple weeks. I'm not gonna lie. It's been a couple weeks.
You'll get back on track.
But yeah, I'm all about that. I'm all about being healthy. So again, cooking from home, trying not to order out as much, trying to mind, body, spirit. Just do the things that I think are important for me.
For sure.
Building relationships with good people, letting go of relationships with toxic people.
Wow, that's
hard
deep.
thing to do.
Yeah,
that's really deep.
Trying to I would say the biggest thing that I'm doing is trying not to say no to myself. Like we spend so many years conforming to what other people want us to become. And I feel like I lost a lot of who I am authentically. And I want to always think about who am I and what do I want to represent in this moment. You know what I mean? What do I want to do? Who do I want to be? And just be it.
Word.
Say it. Do it.
Reflection show
well said.
who I am inside.
This guy, I don't know what he's singing, but yeah, it's your question. It's your
That's
question.
a good song.
Let's move on.
That's what's up. It's your question.
Yeah. Thanks, bro.
I only watched Mulan like twice. That's like the one Disney movie I
have a
only
question
watched.
while JaTia think of one. The dating life, how's that going?
Oh, good question.
How's that going for you?
in her business.
Yeah, that's
I started soft.
Mind, body, spirit, totally on limits.
Right.
Who am I dating? Nigga, is you crazy? And she would never say
I'm
that
just
to
saying,
you.
like, has it been good to her? Has it been tough? Is it been
It could be better. It could be better.
I shouldn't be laughing like
You're just
that.
not making time to date? Are you making
No,
time? Or
absolutely making
lack
time.
of quality?
Absolutely making
Like,
time.
But these niggas ain't shit. Can you just say it for me?
One
'Cause
time, right?
she don't-
Say it one time in the mic.
She don't cuss, and I really want her to say these niggas
Say
ain't shit.
it.
Can you say it? Say these black men be playing at least, because that's the equivalent. That's the equivalent of these niggas ain't
Nothing
shit.
but clowns.
Come on, Monsurat, for me.
There's some growing that needs to happen.
Oh my God! Why you always gotta be mature, man? I don't want to do the podcast. I want to do this shit no more. Man.
It's gonna happen, man. It's gonna happen.
Just say these black men be playing. Can you say that? Just these black women.
These
you know what I mean?
hoes ain't loyal. Like,
If you whisper
something?
it, they won't know.
Or you
which
can
one of
say,
us said it, so
some of
go
these
ahead and
black
whisper
men
it.
need to grow up.
Ooh.
But say it with
But you
conviction.
already know
But why
it
black
though.
men?
But I need you to say
But you
it.
already know it though.
But you say it though.
But you know it though.
With that, you know what I mean? With that attitude that you're giving me right now on the, but you already know it though. Like you saying it like you know, rest in peace, Gangsta Boo. You saying it like you MC Light, my nigga. Like with that attitude, with that New York, you know what I mean? Like with that Remy Ma, can you just be like, yo, some of these black men need to mature.
But you know what you know. I mean,
Boo. I hate this movie. Boo.
At the end of the day, I mean, it is what it is. And
You had to curve a lot of guys this year or last year.
this is my year, I'm telling you.
Hey.
So
when you find them, I get to meet them and just be
If
like,
you-
yo, what you trying to do with my big sis?
if you want to, why not?
I'm telling you I'm gonna.
Okay.
So make the space and the time.
Got you.
I bet.
So since we're on the topic of dating, are you? I don't know how to word this. Are you above shooting your shot? If
That's
you
a
find
great way,
I
yeah.
want to know.
No,
A lot of
that's a
women
great
are.
question.
Not.
You will. You're
Yes.
bold with it. Okay.
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
You like them tall?
I'm not. I don't have a preference, believe it or not.
Yes, you do.
If he comes correct, which is the rarity.
But
then
what if you're the
I'll-
one that's coming because you're not opposed to shooting your shot? Are you
So
shooting
you
your
wanna know
shot?
who you're coming for? Like,
Are you coming at a 5'5" dude?
Right.
Or are you coming at a 6
I would,
foot?
if I had a preference, I would prefer taller.
So
but I'm
What-
5
what
foot
is tall,
two
though?
though.
6
But so
feet?
okay, I'm 5'2", right?
yeah, you
So it
little.
don't take much.
Average.
That's what I'm
Right.
saying.
It don't take much to be
6
taller.
feet
than that.
minimum. Okay.
So if it's like ideal, we could go with 6'2", right? But if you're 5'5", that's cool too.
Damn.
So you would approach a 5'5" dude if he sounded
If
like
he
had.
says something that attracts me, yes.
What would he have to say to
Oh
get
my
you
gosh,
all?
he'd have to come with it. He'd have to like really.
He'd have to literally come with it. Double entendre. I see what you did there.
Listen.
That's bars. That is bars.
Because
I see what she's doing.
Listen,
Are you feel? I can smell what you cooking.
listen. It's not even like that.
I'm joking. There are certain things that you can't do because of your religion, right?
Ooh.
Yay or
good
nay?
question.
Or is that not?
You're talking about when I meet somebody?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, there's certain things that I wouldn't do.
Okay. That's really good.
Can't though because of the rules.
I mean, everybody does what they do, right? Everybody makes a decision to do.
So
what
there's
they
people
do.
in your religion that break those rules.
There's people in every religion that do what they want to do.
That is-
Oh, that's
That's
a
a
fact.
fact.
That's a
That's
fact.
100%
So,
But
fact.
from
me-
from my personal experience, all the Muslim, especially the Muslim black folks that I know, they're very devout.
That's good.
And they follow the rules.
That's good.
Especially the Muslim woman.
Hey, queen.
Hey, girl. How you doing? Looking like you fresh out of Missy Elliott video. How you doing, Cassie?
Yeah, Miss Cassie
Wanna welcome in the P? I got a Miss
Nice to meet you.
Let's go.
Let's go. We have the full cast tonight.
Cassie in the building.
Let's go.
Are you dumb, nigga? You already know, nigga. She came in here looking like an extra out of the Missy Elliott video about to dance. Dance on a stupid ass nigga on
it's stuck in there. It's trapped. It's trapped.
I love the way you're just holding it in.
Like, just let it out. You know what I mean? And she came in with the bubble coat, like she from the Bronx. Like, she got it in the back. She got it in the Our guest got it in the back of the hijab. She got it in the back of the coat. Like, yo, what's up? Hey, yo, Wole, my nigga, we good?
We good?
We
just gotta unzip the boots, right?
Listen, you got zips on your boots? See, yo, we all got zippers on our boots. High five. Cassie, yes.
Get out.
We're kicking out Josh because he got no zips on his.
And I'm the lightest one in the group too. Like, shit.
Damn, that is true. We can't do that because then we're gonna be colorist. Foreshadowing. I promise I was gonna be good this podcast, and every week I do that shit.
Far.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah,
I feel like I'm failing. Let me shut the fuck up. But back to you. You was in your question. I'm sorry, Tia.
Right.
Go ahead.
So we were talking about economic equity and development.
Yes.
What do you feel, in all of your knowledge, is like the first for our community? First step, like how do we either make things better? How do we combat it? Is it education? Is it
100% education? Because we don't know what we don't know. And we don't know how the system works, I feel like, a lot of times. So you got to know how the system works to function within the system. So if all the money you get, you just, like, your only interaction is just to give it back, then that's a problem. But if you know how to, like, understand money, understand how it works, understand, you know, when you put it here, this is where it goes. When you put it there, that's where it goes. That will help you to make decisions about your money, not decisions being made for you. You know,
and what level do you feel like this needs to happen? Is it early education? Is it?
I mean, so I think at all levels, you absolutely start with children.
Implement this in the classes, like.
I would say you start with children. You know, I love all of the new opportunities they're coming out with to educate kids, to let them hold the debit card, right? To understand debit, to understand, like, when the money goes out, when the money comes in, this is what I do, this is how I do it. And if I don't make the money and I'm spending the money, this is the problem, right? Like, there's a problem because we're a credit card society, right? And that's a problem in the Black community specifically. We're spending all this money that we don't have, and then we're paying like 18% interest on these credit cards.
27.
Yeah,
which is crazy. Yeah,
we're giving so much money to people that don't care about us.
Facts.
For sure.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, let's be intentional about the way we choose to manage our money, and give it back to ourselves first and foremost.
Word up.
And build so that we can generate more together.
Absolutely.
Like, for sure.
So I hate to play devil's advocate, but I have to on these types of topics because I know firsthand what it's like to work with families that are super poor and live well below the poverty line. So how do you motivate folks who are super content with receiving government assistance, you know, taking whatever comes their way, any freebies that you can offer up, any program that's going to assist, even if it's just like, hey, we'll give you a $50 Visa gift card if you take this quick 5-minute, you know, survey. And it was like, oh, I'll do it. But like the follow-up is we're going to come back in 3 months and we're going to do X, Y, Z. And they're like, okay, or whatever. And then the 3 months comes and then nothing happens, or that family is no longer to be found because you already paid them the $50 gift card. You came back 90 days later, and they opened the door, but then they're like, nah, you ain't got nothing for me? I'm good. I'm good. I don't want to be part of your little experiment type shit. So, like, that's a very extreme example, but in your mind, how do you motivate those types of families and those types of individuals that are ignorant because... ignorant, not willfully, but ignorant out of circumstance.
So I think the two things that you said is ignorant and motivate, right? They they don't go hand in hand, right? Like when somebody's ignorant, it means they don't have information, they don't have education, and you can easily equip them with information and education, right? There are so many ways, especially we live in 21st, 22nd, we're going into 22nd century. It's like we have so much access to information that you don't even have to pay for, right? You can get free access to information, and we can provide information to ourselves. We're at a place where we can provide information to ourselves. So I can easily bring you information. That's not the issue. Motivate is something very different, right? I feel like once you have the information, it's up to you to decide what you want to do with it. Like,
absolutely.
I can't change I can't make you motivated to be financially responsible. What I can do is equip you with the tools, the information, the knowledge,
the resources,
to be able to able to make decisions that are good for you. But if you decide, okay, with this information, like I know what I'm doing, but I'm still gonna do it anyway. All right, like that, you do what you do.
And that's what I was getting at. So like, how do we break that? How do we break the comfortability of having a Monsurat come in and be like, listen, you'll do the work for them, and you'll map out a whole plan. If you do 5 things over the next 12 months, you and your family will be in a much better position financially, spiritually, emotionally, all that. The whole dynamic of your life will change. And then you check in and you follow up in 3 months, 1 quarter's worth of follow-up, right? And you find out that the leaders of that family, the mom and dad or the grandmother and whoever it is, right, did no work. What is your next move to, like, because you said we're not responsible for the motivation.
Right.
We're only responsible for bringing the resources to the table. So what's the next step in getting those folks who haven't done none of the work? You literally mapped out the plan and they didn't do anything.
But that's the thing. Like, I would never do that, right?
You
like,
never do what?
I would never come in and do the work for you. That's not, like, that would not be my way.
But that's making a plan, though.
No. But I feel like what it is like, we're making a plan together, right? Like, this is not my plan. This is for you. So
For sure.
The way that I would go in is just like, what are your goals? What are your intentions? What is it that you want to accomplish over the next few months, years, whatever? How do we get you closer to what you want, right? And if these are the steps to get to what you want, it's just like, all right, well, I can work with you, but you're going to be the one telling me the steps that you want to take to get closer to what you want, right?
Absolutely.
So like, for example, I was working with someone where they're like, okay, I wanna save $10,000, right? So then we're having a conversation, and I could be like, all right, here's the steps. This is what you do to get to $10,000. But that's not gonna help if we don't look at your current situation and figure out what are the blocks, right? So then what I realized is that before we can even get to the saving $10,000, you have credit card bills, right?
Word.
So
and we
to
gotta
get
pay
out
those.
of debt,
We gotta pay those.
You got it. So because it's net worth, right? Like at the end of the day, you're only worth what your like expenses are versus how much income you have coming in, right?
Yep.
So it's like, all right, to get you to the $10,000, we have to first get you out of debt. And it was like, that wasn't even the starting point, because it was just like, beyond the debt, you're overspending right now. So you can't even pay the credit cards right now.
Yeah. So we gotta address that issue first.
So then it's the lifestyle changes.
For sure.
Okay, so what is one thing you can do right now to make a lifestyle change for you so that you can live a different life, so that you can then pay off the credit card bill, so then you can start to save and get to the $10,000. And so if you're choosing not to do this work, then you don't really want the $10,000.
Yeah, no, it's facts. That's facts. And
so
go ahead.
With your scenario, then it would be investigating. If you
not investigating.
It is.
No, it's true.
It's true. All right, you gave them 3 months. They haven't done anything. So what is hindering you? What are those? What's the mindset? What are the fears? What's in the way? What is? It would have to be figuring that out, because.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't wait until 3 months to figure that out.
Right.
You would be doing that work in the beginning.
If you're the person who has somebody like you or me or whoever that comes in and maps the plan out for them,
right?
Yes, if you just do the plan for me, Monsurat, I'll do the work, and then you map it. Listen, I get it. You're coming from a facilitator / consultant, more of a consultant mindset, and I appreciate that, because that's what I do in my job. Like it's not about what we think your value should be. It's not about what we think your mission should be. What is your mission? And let's map it out. Everyone has an opportunity to contribute if it's 17-person team, if it's a 50-person team, if it's a 200-person team, you guys have to figure that shit out. And then once you map out what your mission is and what your goals are for the next 3 to 5 years, how are you all going to hold each other accountable to make sure that you're uplifting and upholding this mission? Go ahead.
Right, but I feel like at the end of the day, like, even forget the teams for a second. If we recognize that even on an individual basis, right, like, we are the person that gets in our own way, regardless of whatever. If you have like a what do you call it, New Year's resolutions, or if you have like exercise goal, we are always the obstacle. Like, I used to do these goal setting courses where it's just like, even if you're just an individual person and you're like, I'm setting a goal and I'm not meeting the goal, there's an obstacle. And at the end of the day, if you really dig deep, you are always the obstacle. It's right? So at the end of the day, it's, why are you the obstacle? Do you really even want what you want? Or do you feel like, do you want it because you feel somebody else wants you to have that? You know what I mean? Like, is this what you really even want? And what are the things that we can do to get you to where you actually want to be? You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So I feel like, even if you take, this is the way I approach everything. This is the way I approach my friendships. This is the way I approach my family. It's just like, whatever you want to do, you can have that. You can be that. You can do that. What are the obstacles standing in your way? Is this what you really want? And what are the steps to really get you there?
For sure. And if somebody can't tell you what those steps are, then they haven't really thought about it. They're just saying it. And it ties into what you just said. No, that's what it is. Like, if you say, I want to, like you said, like $10,000, but you haven't mapped out the steps that would take to achieve that goal. If the first goal is to cut 75% of my spending, and then after that, start paying my credit card bills. And then after that, whatever else needs to happen. And you haven't done step 1, 2, or 3. You don't really want that $10,000.
Not true. Because
or
we forget.
you do, but you may not actually believe that it's.
Thank you. Right? I was gonna say there may be like layers, right? Like there could be. You could have had an experience where you were a kid, right? And you see the way money is being managed in your household. You know what I mean? You could have some sort of trauma that's associated with money that you don't even know you have. You know what I mean? You could have like a childhood experience, or you saw that your parents managed money in this way, and therefore you're doing that. You don't even know that you're doing that. So it may not be that you don't want the goal. It may be that you don't fully understand what the obstacles are that are getting in your way to getting the goal. You know what I mean? So that's why if you have the right people around you, they will help you dig deep and say, okay, listen, like, it sounds like there's this other thing that's in the way. You know what I mean? That's the importance of getting through the obstacles, understanding the obstacles, understanding, is this what you really want? You know what I mean?
Sure.
You got to do the layered work before you get to the goal.
For sure. Absolutely. I agree with that. Yeah. Cassie, you done walked into some shit. We deep, girl. We deep. We in the deep end of the pool. I hope you know how to swim, because I think there's only one life preserver left. We could throw it in the
Listen, I know how to swim, so.
Okay.
Teach me, Cassie, because I can't.
You can't swim? Miss, I need to be around water.
I love water.
Wherever there's water, I need to be there.
Yeah, but if I drown, I drown.
Cassie, we fit on the door. We'll survive. We'll be good.
I know you didn't just make a Titanic reference.
Yes,
we fit on the door. Right. I almost didn't catch it.
We fit in the door.
Right.
We're fine.
Yo, that lady really thought about penis like 70 years after it died, and took. That's just wild. That's a wild story.
I can't believe you went in that direction.
No, Cat Williams did, not me. Cat Williams did, not me.
I know. I'm like, she went through a traumatizing experience.
Rose from the Titanic, right? And I don't want to. I'm not gonna stay on this long, because Monsurat's out here spitting. She's out here hitting us with bars. But Rose literally took a crew of motherfucking sailors or ship guys, whatever,
like the real
to
world.
the middle of the ocean to talk about how good sex was that she had with this one young guy that she allowed to die 70 years before, which is the wildest shit in the world. Like, how good was Leonardo DiCaprio's invisible imaginary pee-pee for her to take them all the way out there, and that be the
First
whole...
of all,
that's wild.
That wasn't the reason why they went out there.
That was.
It really wasn't.
It was. It was to talk about the iceberg and Leonardo DiCaprio's character's penis.
Sign me up.
And that's what it was about. What do you think it was about?
Finding the thing.
It was telling the story.
Of the Titanic. Right. Yes. And what else?
And it was about the stone.
It was about... the whole thing was about the stone.
They wanted
That's all they wanted.
So what stone?
That's all they wanted.
The stone that killed everybody?
The diamond necklace.
The blue diamond.
That diamond necklace.
That was the main focus of the movie.
That was one of the reasons why they went down
about the
in the
iceberg.
submarine.
I'm making a joke, and these people are being mad serious.
You think they went down in the submarine? She brought that whole team down in the ocean for what?
For the penis that was down there.
I'm done.
She was trying to find his body. She was trying to find his skeleton.
Just like let's move on now. Like,
listen,
you're stuck on the penis. I want to talk about colorism or something else.
Listen, we gonna do that. J Poppy Burgundy, my nigga Burgundy. We gonna get there.
Burgundy.
Is there one more? Is there one more?
That's the best nickname you have ever come up with. Honestly, Mr. Burgundy. I love that.
Mr. Burgundy. Cool. I should be Quentin Tarantino. What is your last?
Woke at you, so we ain't changing.
I'm Mr. Woke at you.
Actually, you're like the boulder right now because you.
God damn it!
Can you,
nigga? Can you ask?
Did you call him the Rock?
He did, but he had on a silver.
I gotta give him that. He did, but that's funny.
Can you ask your last question to Monsurat before we get into our topics? Because we got a bunch of them.
My question? No.
If you don't have one,
we could jump to the next topic. Honestly,
I bet. Monsurat, thank you for being candid, for being yourself, and for talking that shit. Because honestly, on this platform, we love to have fun, but we need to have these conversations. We have about 40 consistent listeners weekly that need to hear everything that you said. And all of them are people of color. There might be some vanilla sprinkles in there, but they don't outweigh the Negroes who are going to hear the shit that you was just saying. So, to jump into our first topic of the evening, the first official topic, on New Year's Eve, the first ever and the most streamed and the most following having Twitch user, Cenat, Haitian-born, Haitian-blooded, 20 years old. We gave him praise on this podcast 2 months ago when he reached, I think, what was it, Josh? J Poppy, it was what, over 10 million subscribers or some shit like that on Twitch?
Yeah, Twitter gave him a hard time
Twitch, yeah, sorry. Twitch was fucking with him. Yeah,
Twitch was messing with him, saying that he didn't really reach those millions and millions of subscribers, and he was one of the youngest and most.
He was the youngest. He was the youngest Twitch.
Genuine, authentic. Everything he was doing was very unique.
Absolutely.
Unfortunately, he went through this drama right now.
So in November of 2022, Cenat, Haitian-born, 20 years old, became the most streamed Twitch streamer with the most followers, over 10 million followers, right?
Within the shortest time period, too.
Within a year. We came on here on this podcast when we was in another studio. We gave him his props because Twitch really did everything in their power to suppress his page and to suppress his voice. They did not want a black person to be the face of Twitch. Didn't work. He ended up getting all of the streams, and I think the night that he crossed over, he went live, and we literally saw the numbers run up like 2 million people. And like 2 million people subscribed to him while he was live from like 5 p.m. to midnight. And like a 7-hour span, 2 million people subscribed and paid to go to his channel to watch his content. So on January 1st, on New Year's Eve, he threw a party in New York at a hotel, and a young lady by the name of she goes by Jovilicious, was unfortunately raped by somebody who was a friend of Cenat. And since that incident occurred, he has since put out a video, a response video, talking about the incident and walking us through like the text messages and the communication and all that shit. And he just handled it very, very poorly. But I have to remember, like, that this kid is 21 years old, so he shouldn't have said shit. He should have waited for his legal team to advise him and whatever. But this young lady went to this party. She was ready to leave. She told him she was going to go because she was fucked up, whatever. And he said, don't leave. Don't take an Uber. Go in my room, and you can sleep in my room.
No, he said go upstairs and just sleep in his room. He didn't specify which room.
Sleep in his room?
He didn't specify.
He said upstairs.
He said go upstairs.
Okay, yeah. Go upstairs and sleep in my. Yeah, right. Go upstairs and sleep. You good? You can stay the night. While she was trying to do that, one of Cenat's friends went in there. I guess it was his room. Was it his room? The little ugly dark-skinned nigga. He went in there.
They said it was his room. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He took advantage of this young lady.
Assaulted her.
Yes,
sure.
Sexually assault, raped her. He raped her. It's not so he didn't. He like, hey, how you doing? And rubbed the thigh. He raped her, and super fucking Lord, whatever. He raped this young lady. She went to the hospital after it happened. Got a rape kit, all that stuff. Reached out to Kai, asked for his name, asked who he was, wanted information, and Kai was being very short with her. Wasn't giving her the information that she was asking for, and then ultimately, went on social media and, pointed out, she found pictures from the party, pointed out who he was, asked people to like identify him and all this kind of stuff, and like Kai initially said, "I don't know who you're talking about. I don't know who that dude is," which was a terrible fucking look because we found out that this is somebody that he knows and that's really good friends with him that he's known for years, since childhood. Right. Because these niggas are only 21. They only been alive for 15 years.
Oh my God.
So
yeah, I can't.
So it's true. So Kai Cenat decided to go when his lawyers gave him permission to like respond to everything. He went on and he did a little video and he posted it on his YouTube page. And
on Twitch.
On Twitch. Yeah, he went live on Twitch, but he posted it, and you can find it on the internet, whatever, and on YouTube. And I think he hurt himself more than he helped the situation because, again, he's a young man. He doesn't really know how serious what happened to this young lady, Jovi, is. And he absolutely positively has no idea the shitstorm that he is going to be in for the next year of his life. So everyone that's present, Cassie, Monsurat, JaTia, Josh, we all watched the video. So I'm leaving the floor open for reactions, and I expect the women aren't too happy. So go ahead and cook.
First of all, I highly doubt that his legal team gave him permission to get up on Twitch.
As a lawyer? Is that your professional opinion?
It is my professional opinion.
Okay.
Lawyer. Let's go.
There's no possible way that his legal team said, yeah, go say what you want online right now. I don't.
Okay.
That
he got
happen.
the green light back.
You would told him. You would have told him no.
He went back and forth between saying his team and his legal team. Your team could be a group of your friends.
That didn't happen.
High five.
You know what I'm saying? I peeped that.
Very well.
That didn't happen.
Okay. Do you want to go first since you?
I can. I just, first and foremost, I was just like, yeah, no, that didn't happen.
You text me a throw up emoji, so I know you're upset.
It wasn't a throw. It was an angry emoji because I feel like, so one, you said that, he's young. I'm sorry, but 21 to me is not young. You know, certain things right?
Okay.
Like,
for sure.
And I feel like he handled it so badly. Like,
terrible.
So badly.
Terrible.
Like, if what he's saying is true, that all he had to do was say to her, listen, my legal team told me I can't talk about it, but my heart goes out to you. Done. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
But he didn't say none of that.
He stayed on there for 16 minutes.
And now,
pleading fifths.
he's trying to act different. You know what I mean? Like he was better off not saying nothing.
Yes.
Right.
That part.
So
that part.
I just, I'm in my feelings about it. So yeah, he could have handled it way better. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of things that he said that doesn't match up, right? He's totally trying to defend himself. And it's like, if you're going to defend yourself, think about what you're saying. And really, if you have a legal team, have them advise you on what to say, because what you said, you just dug yourself into it.
Your lawyer should be right in back of the camera.
Absolutely. So you're like, and shut you down.
With signs.
Directing you what to say.
Shut you down when you're about to say something crazy.
He was in London. That's what he said. But my question to you, did he feel like it was kind of scripted? Because to me, throughout his whole live stream, it sounded scripted.
That sounded scripted to you?
I don't think so.
No, because the way how he was trying to gather his thoughts, and he was trying to make sure he's saying the right wording, and he was trying to make sure like he say keywords to let the streamers know that, hey, this is what I'm trying to say, but it didn't feel authentic. Like for me to be authentic, I would be saying yo, I would be saying homies, I would be saying nigga, I would be saying like I'll be revealing my true self to show how like real I am about this. Like I truly empathize. I truly like this is not my character.
Right.
But the way how he was wording it, it was just like, yeah, so then my team said that I could do this and this and this, but you know, when my homie said this, I backed up. It's like, bro, it's like it felt very inconsistent. Like he tried to keep the story in line, but he couldn't follow through.
What he wanted to say, he had it prepared.
Right there, the story, right? Like he built a story. I think what he did was it was a defense. Like he came up with his own defense and he stuck to that defense, right? He was just like, all right, she attacked me and everything that I'm about to say right now is going to be, I want to hold my name. Like, what did he say? He was just like, my viewers, right? Like, I don't want you coming after me now.
My fans.
Don't go after her.
He was like, don't go after Jovi.
No.
And the thing is, like, the empathy thing that you said right there. The question is, do you have empathy? And I don't think that he does. Like, at the end of the day, the way he responded to her in the beginning, there was no empathy. The way he's coming at it right now, there's no empathy. You're just trying to defend yourself. That's the only
reason you came online. This nigga texted her, you good. Bro, she just got raped.
Of course she's not good.
For real.
What are you talking about?
For real.
But here's I honestly feel like...
Go ahead.
Talk.
And
I honestly feel like...
Talk to me. Hold your hand.
Hold my hand.
Let me hold your hand,
bring the mic closer to her.
I know.
I
Go
just
ahead.
feel like no matter how much we sit here and we feel
bring
like...
The mic closer to her.
No matter how much we feel like they should know or the empathy should be there, at that, and I'm not making an excuse for the age group, it's not talked about enough, period.
Yes.
It's not talked about enough. So when it happens, and it happens a lot, either the women don't speak up. Nothing happens at all. And or they do, and they're just met with no support because nobody knows what to do. Nobody can fathom what, and I don't mean, I shouldn't say nobody. Somebody somewhere surely can. But like, I just feel like on a systemic, as a whole in society, like that age group, it's beyond how we feel like they should address it, or never gonna get it unless it's spoken about. Like,
I have to say I disagree.
Okay.
And the reason why I say that, if this was in my day, back in the day, I would 100% agree with you. But this is the age of the Me Too movement. This is the age of the surviving R. Kelly. People know about the whole surviving R. Kelly thing.
I disagree. 1,000%. But I'll let you finish.
I feel like, to me, I remember what it was like back in the day when it was like sexual harassment was the norm, right? Like dudes felt like this was okay, and women felt like this was okay to a certain extent. Like it was just something that happened.
They won't say anything.
It was the norm.
The secretary would have to like take all the harassment just so she could keep her job.
But even when you did say something, it was like nothing. Like I have been a part of conversations where you say something and it'd be like, oh, that wouldn't have happened to me. You know what I mean? Like it was the norm. But I feel like today when anybody says anything, it's like, oh my God, wait, like, you know what I mean? People are scared to do stuff. People are scared to say things because it's just like, oh my God, am I going to go to jail? Like, are you going to like put me on blast?
But what it is for right, it's for self. The same way Kai feels like to defend myself for self. Like, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do, blah, blah, blah. But the empathy I'm talking about, the actual caring about the victim and what truly happened and understanding that. No, I don't care which movement goes on. There's just not enough. Everyone is all about protecting them because they've seen a few cases and what could happen and how you can be held accountable and how you can be shut down, canceled. Everyone's worried for self. It doesn't even... it's truly more about that than the actual incident, and that's crazy.
For sure. And that's why I said I 1000% disagree with Monsurat, because we have a current example of that in the media right now, a very prominent one, TJ Holmes, Good Morning America journalist, and last month he was in the news for having an affair on his wife with a white co-anchor. And this week, he's on the news for allegedly sexually assaulting a 24-year-old intern, an up-and-coming, prominent, you know what I mean? Like I'm saying, and this is a black man, light-skinned, green eyes, fucking Smokey Robinson-looking nigga, who took advantage of this young woman early on at the very beginning of her career because he had the power to, and she didn't feel compelled to come out until a month after he was in the news for having an affair that Good Morning America and CBS and Channel 12 decided to spin into a fucking love story when both of these adults were cheating on their spouses. So Go ahead.
Is this the same dude that with the intern they would like do it 2 hours before they go on air? Is that the same guy?
I don't know any of those details, my brother.
That was on the radio, and they were like very hyping up that it is like it's going to legal.
The light skinned brother who looked like Don Lemon, but his eyes are green instead of brown. That guy. Damn. That guy, and he's blackity black. You know what I'm saying? And so, as a black man, as a man, period. You know, when it comes to sexual assault and domestic violence, there is a certain level of discomfort that I get even talking about this type of shit, which is why I'm so glad that we have 3 women on a panel that can talk about it, you know, and go into detail. And I'll shut the fuck up. I'll step all the way back. But I needed to bring up the TJ Holmes thing because this is somebody who, like I said, the agency that he works for, the corporation that he works for, said, you know what? They probably interviewed the white woman because that's what they do. They protect white. Black is always evil. It's always the devil. And they said, hey, did TJ force you into any of this shit? Oh my God, no. I love TJ. I mean, he's my only man. Boom.
Let's make this a love story.
And they flipped it. They did a 180 and they turned it into, well, they were both on the way out of their marriage anyway. And this is a love story, and we're happy for them. You know what I mean? Fast forward a month later, here comes this 24-year-old nobody who just wants to make it into the journalism field, who says he was inappropriate every time I saw him. He would call me into his office, close the door, lock the motherfucking door, close the blinds, and make sexual advances. And there was nothing I could do about it because he would say things like, you say anything to anybody, you ain't gonna have a career. And this is somebody who's been in that career, in that industry for 20 plus years, has power regardless of what it looks like compared to other people that are his peers or that are in his lane. And she kept silent.
The saddest part about it is he really didn't even have to warn her or say that. It's like
it's intrinsic. It's intrinsic.
Right. He doesn't gotta say.
Yeah, that's the part.
If you say anything, like, it's just.
That's the part that bothers the fuck out of me because by nature I'm a protector, and like, you know what I mean. Like when my father was beating my mom in front of me when I was 7 years old, I jumped on his back. You know what I mean? Like I don't play that shit. I don't give a fuck what we do in Nigeria, nigga. We're in America. You put your hands on my mom, I'm gonna defend her as best as I can. And I have friends that have been raped. I've been accused of it. You know what I mean? I've had consensual drunken sex. I'm fucked up. You're fucked up. Following day, are you cool with what happened? Yeah, I'm cool with what happened. Are you sure? Yeah, it's nothing. But are you sure? Nigga, nah, you raped me. Like literally on the third ask, you got a big dick, but you could still be corny and you raped me and you know you did and da-da-da-da.
That's crazy.
Wow.
It happened to me 7 years ago. So, like, I don't play with this type of shit. I know how fat, and, like, I remember my heart sinking into my motherfucking stomach. I remember thinking, yo, I know her dad. I work with her uncle. All of these things.
Oh my God.
So I don't play with this shit. I know how and she said what she said out of anger because I had no interest in her past that interaction. And, you know, it is what it is. I can say that that's on me. But also, she kind of knew what it was when she came to my house 3 a.m. in the morning fucked up anyway. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that it was right. All I'm saying is she knew. She made a conscious decision because she could have went home. And I could have said, you know what? I'm going to sleep in this bed and cuddle. But I was 25 years old and Junior was whatever. Anyway, so, but like I've been in those situations where it could get real sticky. It could get real sticky. No Aubrey Graham, nigga. No Drake. So for Kai, it's like, yo, young man, you're 2021. There is no excuse for you to say the dumb shit that you said. I agree with you 1,000%. You should have said nothing at all. You should have stayed quiet the whole month of January.
Because he wasn't the one. He's not being accused.
Exactly.
Right. He's not
the
being
whole.
accused.
Let people speculate. The court of public opinion is going to do what they do. They're going to make all of this shit up. They're going to do all of their little research. They're going to do their Googles. And Jovi said, It's not Kai's fault. But when you come out and you say what you said, now Jovi got to look at you like, nigga, you don't even have my back.
Mm-hmm. Right.
You don't even have my back. You're not even in my...
Right. For real, he didn't.
The reason she just even went to the net is because he sensed...
He didn't say shit.
He wasn't responding or anything.
He didn't
show
say
that
shit.
He had that interest.
He didn't say shit.
And while he was on video...
All he had to do was say, listen, I'm already like, I have already reached out to the cops. My legal team is on it. I got you. Like, we will get to the bottom of this.
We're going to figure this out.
Right.
Yeah, that's it.
Like,
nothing else. That's it. Because she would have felt seen, heard, understood. He's doing all he can on his end. She already knew it wasn't his fault. But you know what I mean? Like,
but leaving her unread... It's huge,
crazy.
Huge.
I can't imagine going through that and feeling like that.
Absolutely,
at your party. At your party
that you invited me to.
And then after you don't respond to me, now I see that this is a close associate of yours.
Yeah.
Right.
Man.
Well, a childhood
Can you
friend.
imagine?
It poured salt into the fucking wound.
Yeah.
It poured salt into the fucking wound.
And while he was on video, it kind of seemed like he low-key, like, almost believed his friend.
Yeah.
Like...
It did.
It
didn't look
he
good.
was like...
I backed up, and then I was like, wait a minute.
And then he was shocked.
Like his friend was so shocked. Like,
he's like, no, bro.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, well, someone's lying because how is he going to be shocked like that?
For real.
And you can't lie about having a rape kit and all that at the hospital.
You know what sucks, though? Even the thing that came to light with the rape kits and how many of them were never tested.
Yep.
Wow.
You heard, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Like,
I'm kissing Tia's hand for the folks that can't see, because I know. I ain't gonna. I know. You know what I mean? It's like it's not. It's just it's not something to play with, man. And like, it breaks my heart, and I'm about to cry. Like, legit, I'm about to tear up because I need black men to do better. And whoever is supposedly a mentor to Kai, I need you to reach out to this young man, touch him, and let him know, yo, shut the fuck up. Reach out to this young lady, apologize privately, publicly, and then don't say shit else after that. Let the law do what it do. Go ahead,
honestly,
John.
I thought he was going to just apologize, be like, yo, I just empathize.
Bro, he went on a 13-minute nothing rant.
Yeah, that's what
That's
he did.
the worst shit that you can do.
Literally.
Yeah.
When something like this happens.
That's a YouTube thing, too, because a lot of YouTuber in the past, they will say something racial, they will do something out of line, and all they'll do is go on YouTube, have teary eyes, blue lights, white t-shirt.
I wouldn't even believe that from him,
guys,
though. I would have known it was fake.
Young.
I would have known it was fake.
That's what the legal team is telling them to do.
Yeah, like, you know, money is new.
Show empathy.
I appreciate the support. And like, bro,
I wouldn't believe any of that. And like with this situation, man, you literally have to take accountability.
100%.
You threw the party. Now, when you
threw
found
the
out
party.
who it was, oh shit. All right, well, I know this nigga, and he's my guy. I got to turn this over to my lawyer and the cops. I can't even be involved. And then you disassociate. But I understand at 21 how hard that could be. Right. You know what I mean?
He really is not.
And this goes right into one of the other topics. That whole no snitching, protecting your...
You brought it up, so let's roll into it. That's your shit.
It goes right into it.
Go ahead.
Because again, when it's your people, your friend... Blah, blah, blah. Like, where do you draw the line?
Where do your loyalties lie?
Right.
Or do your loyalties only lie because you know who the fuck it is? Or are you going to be objective because you know what's right and wrong? Go ahead.
Lead the way, girl.
You wanted to talk about snitching and not snitching?
I did.
Why did you want to talk about it? You sent us an article, Funk Flex 6ix9ine, Snitch 9. He's gonna play Snitch 9's music because he said there's nothing but snitches in rap.
He's not canceled no more.
And I came across that, I think, just because there was so much going on with Gunna and the whole YSL.
The trial. Yep, the trial of YSL.
Right.
Yep.
And him being out and free and stuff coming out now. Like, you didn't have to say what you said. You're just as much a snitch as any other snitch. There's just a lot on social media. So when I came across the Funk Flex. That's what led Funk Flex to even come out and invite.
Was Gunna. Yeah. Gunna,
it was that whole situation. He was just like, listen,
wild.
I'm tired of it. We support certain snitches. We'll throw it under the rug. You know what I mean? Like, some of your favorite rappers, they've snitched. They've got out. We don't even question it. What makes it okay? So he opened the door for 6ix9ine to come back and play his music. And I also seen an interview recently that 6ix9ine did with, what's his name, Paul Logan.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Logan Paul.
Logan Paul. Sorry. Yeah.
Nah, you said it back. It's the right white boy.
Right. So, and he actually, like, he was just hitting them with a bunch of hypotheticals. And it was like, I mean, this is everyday stuff. Again, what happens? Like the guy situation.
Yeah.
What happened? It's your friend, your family who does something wrong. Totally wrong. Is it your job to call the? Are you gonna snitch because they did the wrong thing? Are you gonna, you know what I mean? Like, where do your loyalties lie? And the craziest thing about it is 6ix9ine, his whole defense. You know, they're like, all right, what? Why are you so bold about your snitching? And he was just like, he put it like this. He said, he never slept with anybody's baby. Like, as far as the gang goes, as far as, you know, the people he snitched on, he never slept with anyone's BM. He never kidnapped anybody. He wasn't doing wild disrespect, extorting them for money, blah, 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 blah. Like all these situations. But they were really situations that had happened to him by these people. So he said before there was even an opportunity to snitch, before anything went down, these were all things that were done to me.
Word.
Do you
and that's why he had no empathy.
In gang life and in the streets, there's certain principles that we go by, and
all of those things break that code.
Right. So these all happened before that. Do I owe these people loyalty? Because are they gonna take care of my mom? Are they gonna take care of my daughter? What happens if I do the 70 years in jail?
That, you know what's crazy? That makes Daniel look so much smarter than everybody that was in Treyway, because Daniel was correct. Daniel is the real first name of Tekashi 6ix9ine. He's absolutely correct. You don't sleep with a gang member's the mother of his children. Like if you do that, you get killed.
Right.
Have you watched any mafia movie? Like, have you watched The Godfather? Have you watched The Sopranos? Have you watched Goodfellas? If anybody finds out that somebody in the fucking family slept with your wife, your BM, the mother of your children, you get murdered.
It's like,
unless you're the head of the crime family. And in Goodfellas, the head of the family was the one that was sleeping with Henry's wife, and we don't even hear about that until the end of the movie, and the guy goes to jail for life anyway. But like, no, he's absolutely right, because he was a civilian. He was a regular dude, and they were like, "Yo, we can launder money.
Took off, right?
We can launder money.
The song was a hit. How can we profit off of this? How can we?"
And they brought him in.
Punk.
They brought him
in, right? So,
and he dyed his hair, and the rest is history. Yeah. Cassie, you got something to get off your chest. I see you. You ready?
No, I honestly don't know how to feel, because I actually...
With snitches, have you ever dealt with somebody who snitched on you?
Who snitched on me?
Yeah, you ever did anything that was snitch worthy?
No.
Good. So you've been silent forever, 10 toes down?
Oh, yeah, I'm pretty solid.
With the zip-up boots on the side?
I already know, but I actually agree. Should you go to jail and do the crime for, like, something you haven't done? You know what I mean? Like, I don't really know. I know loyalty is everything, especially...
For sure.
When you're rapping about it, like, you can't rap about something and then not live up to it, or, you know... Like,
do you think Gunna will ever recover? Because Snitch 9 is Snitch 9. We know who he is. But with Gunna, for saying yes ma'am to all of these incriminating questions he was asked in court, like, do you think Gunna will recover, or it's done for him?
I think he's washed, yeah.
You think he's washed? Got you.
What do you think?
I agree with you.
Is the situation any different?
I agree with you.
Is his situation any different, you feel?
No, he snitched. He snitched on tape. Like, if we...
But I mean, we're Daniel. We're Daniel.
Daniel Hernandez is the biggest snitch of all time.
Right.
And I think, what's his name? Gunna's real name? Estadio?
I don't even know.
I don't know his name.
He made a Mexican real quick.
Yo, it's some
really
shit. It's EO.
But
it ends in EO. Go ahead.
But the thing
Michelangelo, let's move on.
Daniel stated his
case.
No, it ends in EO.
Right. Why is it important?
But Daniel stated his case why he felt, all right, I don't owe these dudes loyalty.
Right.
They crossed me over and over again. There's no way I'm doing 70 years for these dudes.
No way.
He stood on that. He still stands on that. Like, he's not hiding. He said what he said.
Nigga, like I said his name is Sergio. Sergio Giovanni Kitchens.
That sounds real Russian.
That's mad ghetto, is what it is. Sergio Giovanni Kitchens. So this nigga got access to food. His middle name is Giovanni, so he Giovanni Ribisi, all that kind of. That's
Russian,
actor.
Italian, and black. Like that's crazy.
That nigga name is Giovanni. He definitely telling. He's on par.
He's washed though. I don't know. I don't know all the circumstances. Again, like I said, Daniel. He stated his case. This is why I owed him no loyalty. Did he owe? Like, do you feel like he had a reason to snap?
First off, I knew it was coming.
Yeah.
Because before he got arrested, right? He went on the Breakfast Club and he said, "Yo, I'm not a gangster. I'm doing all this shit for clout." He told us. He
kept it real.
He literally told us, but we already knew it. We already knew it. He was just like, yo, he tried to get ahead of it because he knew the feds was probing.
Right.
He knew it, and so when he threw the head of Treyway under the bus, I'm like, I don't feel bad. And they tried to set him up. They put him in a truck and sent him to the projects. They tried to assassinate him.
Right.
This kid is like 25 years old. He's a 25-year-old Mexican kid. Can't rap for shit. Can't hold a beat for nothing.
For his dear life.
But all of these bloods from New York, like blood gang from New York, don't make me laugh, nigga. Like the only real bloods are in Chicago and fucking Cali. We like what the fuck? So it didn't. It made sense that he did what he did. Like he told on everybody, and we knew it. Charlamagne told him the first time he went on the Breakfast Club, this ain't gonna end well for you. And he was like,
sure did.
Are you fucking stupid? Yo, I'm so dumb. All that stupid shit. He told him, I'll be fine. And he was right because he told on everybody. He already knew who he was gonna tell on. The first time he went up there. The second time he was just like, yo, I'll be all right.
What if he really played everybody? Because this is more hypothetical. What if
he
did.
What
if he really was the head honcho calling the shots?
No,
like I don't
no.
see that. But I'm just saying that would be.
If he was, when he
ending.
saw Casanova in that subway tunnel, he would have been more aggressive. He ran while his security fought with Casanova's people. If what you say
like that,
he's not like that. He's
so
a
he really
bitch.
Was
his name is
Daniel. He was a victim.
His name is
he really was a victim.
He was Daniel Hernandez. He got a library card. His face is on it. He looked like he's still in the 8th grade. He looked like he's still in the library on the library card. Like he knew, and so like that's why I'm not mad at him. But for Gunna, he's over here talking about pushing P. Pushing P to me sound like you selling heroin.
Right.
Then you go on the shop with LeBron and them, and you're like, yo, pushing P sound like pushing P. You know what I'm saying? Like, so this nigga Ja, like he really good with the technology. So like he pushing P. You know what I'm saying? He pushing P. With the pushing P. he pushing the P. They asked this nigga him a very direct question. Yo, what does pushing P mean?
Right.
This nigga said.
I still want to know.
Yeah, this nigga say, yo, so this nigga Ja right here, like, that's my brother. I know him for like 17 years. So pushing P is like when you pushing. But it's the P. It's not. It's not the L.
Is the P,
it's
though?
Not the L. It's not the M. It's not the N. It's not the O. It's the P.
To not incriminate himself
Bro.
or anybody else.
And now he's telling on everybody. Now he's telling everybody. He's like, it's not the L, the M, or the N, or the O. You feel me? It's the P. So like Josh be like, he recording and he doing the video and like he pushing the P. You know what I'm saying? Like LeBron when he on the court, he pushing P. It's like, what does that mean? He dunk on a nigga. He throw a pass. Like, nigga, Gunna, what? And so I'm mad because I'm already thinking of Gunna as a nigga who's untalented because every time he's on a song, Lil Baby goes before him. And so now I'm associating Lil Baby with being better than this goofy ass nigga.
Lil Baby is pretty awesome.
Lil Baby is amazing.
Right. Yeah.
But Gunna, Sergio Giovanni Kitchens, is a whole snitch. Like it doesn't. They said, is YSL an illegal street gang. Yes, ma'am.
Right away. No hesitation.
This nigga said, yes, ma'am. Does J. Poppy look good in a burgundy sweater? Yes, ma'am.
Well, that's a fact. That's not a lie. That's a fact.
No, that's it. Would you eat eggs that weren't cracked by a fucking Latino handmaid? Yes, ma'am. Like, what? Like, what is this nigga talking about? Nothing. He just said he agreed to everything. Do you think that you're going to go to jail for the rest of your life? Yes, ma'am. What? Like, that nigga's a snitch, bro. There's
He
not.
probably did cocaine before going to court. We don't know.
I feel like with the whole snitching in the industry thing, there's never going to be a black and white.
Yo, these
Gen Z
niggas are different.
There are some cases where it's black or white. Like, you shouldn't have did that. You had no reason.
These Gen Z niggas are different. The niggas that come after, the niggas that were born before 1996 are just gonna tell, and that's what we need to expect.
So, out of curiosity,
but I just feel like
I'm just out of curiosity, right? Talking about selective snitch, right? I love this person, like, dearly. I love him. My boss said if this man passed away, he's going to take a whole month of like grieving for this person. But do you consider Snoop Dogg to be a selective snitch?
No, because that trial went to court and he was absolved. He didn't shoot that nigga. His bodyguard did. And he was on trial for murder. He didn't pull the trigger.
But his
bodyguard did.
Right. And I'm glad you gave context to that. Years later, he is telling a lot of stories.
Snoop is?
Yeah, Snoop is like...
He's telling people that he pulled the trigger?
Not pulling the trigger, but he's telling a lot of stories that relate to the case, but not like indirectly to the case.
Is he indirectly saying that he's the shooter?
Like, he's saying like, hey, I made it out. It's similar to like OJ. OJ in his book, he directly...
Oh, Gucci man, like Gucci. Like Gucci.
Yeah, like
Gucci wrote...
Gucci.
I mean, not Gucci. Oh my God. OJ wrote a book and said, if I did it.
If I did it, yeah.
And he put if in a big I at the bottom, if I did it. And the fucking shit read, I did it.
Yeah.
That's not the same.
All right.
That's not the same.
I'm just saying hypothetically.
Hypothetically,
I'm sipping right now. So
this nigga OJ is an asshole, and he murdered Nicole Brown Murphy.
Right,
he just had a damn good lawyer.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Johnny Cochran.
Absolutely.
The glove don't
Whoa,
fit.
he's the best.
And Monsurat was on the defense team as well. She was sitting right there. I remember. I was 7 years old, and I was like, "Yo, is that my future best friend sitting on the defense bench?" And she was just writing notes now. But this nigga,
you're stupid. This guy
she was writing notes down for this nigga Johnny. Could you imagine if you got off OJ?
You know how old I was back then.
But if you got him off, if you helped get him off,
I couldn't.
Listen, you would have made sure he got guilty.
I would have never been his attorney.
Just turn him down. But that's the thing.
But what if you didn't know no better? What if you thought?
You would know. If I'm your attorney, I would know. You would know. You have to know all.
You would know after the fact.
Take clients that you know are guilty.
I'm not a defense attorney, right? Like, I just know that's not my thing.
So you're
so you would have known.
Was.
Huh?
You're the prosecutor?
I've been a prosecutor.
Yeah. No. Monsurat is out here.
Yeah.
Like, y'all need to know that she don't fucking play. Her and the 3 lawyers that I met last year, her and Angie C and fucking Wayona is like, they're gangsters, bro. Like, I don't fuck with nobody but gangsters, because I'm a gangster. But I'm a very emotional gangster.
All right, the Boulder, but like shit. So
we find out you're gangster.
I think there's a misconception about prosecutors, though. We actually need more prosecutors of color because prosecutorial
100%.
Discretion lies with the prosecutor.
For sure.
So if you want to support folks not going to jail, then you need to become a prosecutor.
Yo, Jose Batista. Is he a prosecutor or is he a defense attorney?
He's not a prosecutor. He's a defense attorney.
Word. And then Kensley as well?
I don't know of Kensley.
Gotcha. Yeah, so totally off topic. I sent you and Wayona.
I saw that.
And Angie C a text on behalf of a friend who...
Angie knows everybody, so I let her handle it.
No. She gave me so much good information.
That.
But I have a friend that's going through a very public, like, dragging because she fucked up. She worked at a daycare and she gave 2 of the children melatonin without parental consent.
Wow.
And it went viral.
Ooh.
It went viral. And it also was on all the local news stations. It was on Eyewitness News. It was on this. It was on that. And she got reached out to this morning by the police. So like, hey, come on in and
oh no,
tell us your
never.
Exactly.
Never.
The lawyer that she reached out to said, bitch, you better not do that crazy shit. So that's why I reached out to you 3 to see who's the defense lawyer that can take on our case pro bono.
Yeah.
And then Angie gave me the suggestions that she did, you know, Eric and, you know, Jose and fucking Kensley. But yo, it's the fact that I know y'all, it makes me so happy because hopefully we have enough memories together that if I ever get in trouble, you know what I'm saying? Right. I got a little scrappy Monsurat in it. Hey, Wole, he ain't shit, but he ain't do this.
It sounds like you want an Uncle Phil moment that he'd be like, that's my nephew, that's my son, open the gate.
That's my little bro, and I stand by. Like, I want that for sure.
He wants an Uncle Phil moment. Just like your
nigga, you look like Uncle Phil. Like,
I know. We talked about this last episode.
Yes, or the episode before. I can't remember. Either way, Mr. Burgundy, stop trying to tease me and shit.
All right.
But they was shit.
If you smell what the boulder's cooking.
Shout out to Coach Prime. Shout out to Coach Prime. Where was we at? Tia, your topic.
Yes, snitches.
Snitches get snitches.
Right.
All day.
Snitches get snitches.
Just a lot of times snitching.
I didn't eat dinner and I'm drunk. Leave me alone.
The not snitching whole thing in our community, it's to protect wrongdoers, yo.
Yeah, it is.
Terrible people, yeah. Be doing terrible things, and we just protect them.
Are you ready to slap these niggas?
Yeah, I'm old.
Yeah, I know. I know.
We ain't gonna support domestic violence, but I'd be
for
sure.
For sure.
But for that, we protect a lot of wrong people.
For sure.
And now we've made it, you know, it's like indoctrination in our communities.
And yeah.
And the thing is, but it's never gonna be black and white. There's gonna be times where, God forbid, if someone close to you, if someone does them wrong, does them dirty, and what are you not gonna tell? You just gonna let them? Or we believe in like street justice, which is cool.
You support that?
To an extent,
okay.
Street justice just ends up
the community.
You're the next case now. You know what I mean?
Word.
It doesn't stop
I feel
there. So like, all right, you don't snitch, you handle it yourself, and now you're the next.
Now
case.
you're a statistic.
Right. Like,
now you're in jail.
Right. So it's just, I don't know. I don't like it.
I don't like it either, especially if someo's doing a crime, doing time for something they haven't done, which I actually know someone who's in jail for doing double life. Here in Rhode Island.
Did they do it?
The streets ain't saying he did it, but you know, he took the charge.
Damn, he's guilty.
He Bobby Schmurder.
He took the charge.
He a whole thug. That's crazy.
Right, and it's kind of fucked up.
It's stupid for what? Because people just don't know. I know so many people. I
think he was more protecting a family member. Really.
I ain't doing that. I'm telling.
I'm good.
Like shout out to him.
That was your brother.
That's the thing. That's like
you don't know my brother.
Though. Like you don't know who was.
And I love my brother. I love my brother to death. But I'm not giving up my freedom for him. Go ahead. I'm so sorry.
If your brother was protecting his own life, right? Mm-hmm. And in turn, took another life. Right. Yeah. I don't know.
It all depends.
It always depends. Is my point.
It's subjective. It's incredibly subjective. Mm-hmm. I just know that who I am and what I have to offer, and this might sound wild, but it's really not that wild. If like you know what I've been through with my family and my brother and my younger brother, I am not gonna take the rap for him on anything because I know that if I'm out here and I'm free. And I'm not I'm gonna make more of an impact on the world than he would, because he has a disease that he can't control, you know, and that's something that I've struggled with for the last 9 years of my life. The alcoholism, I empathize with anybody who deals with a family member that deals with substance abuse of any kind, because I see just how fucking uncontrollable that shit is. And I've watched my father in tears, damn near, because he realized, like, yo, I've been telling you for 6 years, this is a problem. And you hired him, and you thought you was going to pass your business down to him, and then you got to fire him now because he can't stay clean.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I watched you cry, but this is also something, like, these are tears that are 7 years too late. I've been crying since 2013.
Right.
And the hard truth of all of it is, it's your fault because you're the one who decided to destroy our family. You split us all down the middle, and you went off and you married the woman that baptized him. And so you got to live with that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so for me, I would never say, oh, yeah, that's his opportunity, hopefully, to get clean and do what he got to do.
Let him do it, yeah. Your circumstances.
But I'm not taking that for him. Yeah, fuck that. Like, because I'm way more valuable than my brother. And
on the
outside, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, on the inside, I'll be a resource too. I'll figure it out.
But you wouldn't put yourself in a position to be there.
Hell,
I get what
bro,
you're saying.
I didn't do it.
Right. I
didn't do it. And I've been to jail for play. I ain't going there for real. Yeah. Like, nigga, we're not happening. I've been inside of a cell at the Rhode Island Training School. I've been inside of a cell at the real prison as this is where we gotta sleep. This is where we gotta eat. Yeah. Like, nigga, I will never be where you're at. Appreciate you. Glad that you showed us where you was at. But, happy bid. Hope these 2 years go by fast, nigga. I'm not doing that.
Right. So what we need to do now is we need the black rappers out here need to glorify. If you do the crime, step up and do the time.
Bobby Shmurda shit. Yes, sir.
Straight up.
Yes, ma'am.
Like,
absolutely.
Don't let someone else take the rap for you. Like, that shit's whack. You get no respect from me.
Yep. And rest in peace, Takeoff, because I'm still thinking about that. I'm so sad. I heard like 3 songs of Takeoff on him that he was on before he was murdered in fucking Halloween. Oh my God. Crazy. He was on he did like 7 songs before October 31st. And I heard like 2 of them on my way here. And I'm like, rest in peace, Takeoff.
Damn, yeah.
Fucking sucks. Anyway, our third topic of the evening is yours.
Yes.
So please introduce it. Megan James.
Right. Let's get into
Colorism.
Colorism. So Megan James, she has a podcast, and it's called The Hollywood Group Chat. And this episode of her podcast, she had a guest, Mona Leo. I don't know if anyone knows Mona Leo.
Houston rapper.
I do.
I'm not really familiar with her music like
She's
that,
dope.
Honestly.
She's dope.
Yeah, I've only listened to her for about a year. For a year now.
But that goes to
about
point,
4 days.
It goes to her point.
4.5 days.
Right.
She's a newer artist though. She just blew up in that year. Like she hasn't been
2022.
Yeah.
So she asked Mona Leo. Well, it was a long interview. And
58 minutes.
Right. But just that clip on colorism. So she asked Mona Leo if she believes in colorism, which that question I didn't really understand, because how can you ask someone if they believe in colorism? Like, that's like asking someone if they believe in racism. It definitely exists. So I didn't understand why.
It's are you telling on yourself? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
For you to ask, is it
but
true?
She was telling on herself. But in the interview, she told on herself.
Sure. I know that for sure. Right.
Yeah. Yep.
She really did.
Just the question.
I'm gonna shut up and let the queens cook. Go ahead,
queen. Right off the rip, you were like,
I didn't even understand that question.
I felt the same way. I felt the same way.
But the way she articulated herself during the interview was actually really good, because
Mona Leo.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, she actually corrected her. She was like, it definitely exists. You know what I mean? And another question is, you think light-skinned female rappers, have it easier, are able to blow up faster than the darker-skinned female rappers? And what do you guys think?
Ask the women, not us.
No, I'm asking the men and the women.
Oh, Lord.
Honestly,
I want to know a male's perspective, too.
A male perspective? Honestly, it took a while for a woman like Lil' Kim, Remy, I'm trying to think of like
Trina,
yeah,
Missy.
Yeah, like Missy. My God, Missy had to do a whole gimmick in order for her to be able to like be known.
This is facts.
And,
Facts.
Like honestly, yeah. Like because like on the other side, you have the Queen Beyonce. You have Ashanti.
She ain't a rapper.
No, she ain't a rapper. But I'm just saying, like, being
in
the entertainment.
Yeah.
Okay.
But what I'm trying to say is like,
y'all jump at me.
women in that type of light, skin shade, a little bit lighter like me. Yeah, I seen that they've really blown up real quick. Like even in Destiny Child, talk about Queen Beyonce, Kelly and Michelle definitely had a hard time trying to lift up their single career while she was already on the top, being glorified. Yes, she is talented, but also, I think colorism also was a big part of it. So, yeah, you queens right here, I feel like you guys definitely work like 100 times harder in order to get recognized. So
right, that I feel that too, especially with like today, like Lotto.
People with no lyrical content.
Yeah, they
pussy,
literally don't have to
pussy,
really have much talent.
Pay my bills
to really blow up, and you could see that. I also want to share a clip from
Cardi B definitely blew up with.
If I can get service.
Cat in the Hat ass rhymes. Like, if we're being real, you don't have time. No. You get a BBL. A lace front, cat in a hat rhymes. You got the look, you got the nails. You know what I'm saying? Like it's over with. Like you thought I was feeling you? You thought I was feeling you?
I forgot about Ice Spice.
Like it's true. Let's speak on it because people like. We don't even gotta go down the list. There's 1,000 like lyrical women that are. You probably never even heard of them. Like if I start naming them, like
are they lyrical? They're just rappers. They're just female rappers.
Who?
The lyrical rappers. Like you're talking about the female lyrical. Like Ice Spice is not lyrical.
No, that's what I'm saying. That was
Yeah.
my
She's
point.
not
I'm
at
saying
She literally,
I'm
like,
saying
she's
some.
she
If
blew
I
up
start
from
naming
TikTok,
some of the
like,
darker
yeah.
skinned
For real.
women who are
Yeah.
actually lyrical, who put years into their craft,
Rhapsody gets no respect.
That was right on the top
Shit.
of my list.
Mona Leo, she doesn't get no respect because no one knows who the fuck she is.
No name.
Well, she's still, coming up.
She's
She's
still
still
up
coming
and
up.
coming.
I feel you.
Time, right?
I
Shout out to
But
No
like what
Name.
you're saying, because look at Ice
No
Spice.
Name. I
where it was
love
like
you.
first hit,
You spit
just recorded in the
verse.
studio.
I
Word.
love you. No
Going
Name.
took off. You know what I mean?
She's
Like,
out of here, and Rhapsody is better than 85% of the male rappers.
Wow. Yeah.
She
She
gets
stands
no
toe to toe
respect.
for sure.
Man, go ahead.
Make sure you bring the phone close to the mic.
Yeah, let me get service, but do you want to chime in?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's a no-brainer.
What's a no-brainer?
Colorism. I mean, it happens in every single society. It happens in every single industry. Of course, it happens in the rap industry. It happens in the music industry and the entertainment industry. Like, do you honestly think that if Beyonce did everything that she did to get to where she's at now, if she was dark, that she would be here?
No, because Kelly Rowland exists.
Exactly, who was right there by her side from the
Kelly
beginning
Rowland
to the end.
exists,
So if
and
Michelle.
she has a really solid career, but it's not where it should be. And then Michelle, no one talks about Michelle.
And Kelly only got that one hit wonder too.
Yeah.
Dilemma.
What?
No, she got a
First
few.
of all, don't disrespect Kelly like that.
Cook him.
Don't disrespect Kelly like
Cook
that.
him.
But see, is it because she's dark skinned that's the only hit you know?
Exactly. That's what it is.
Did
That
the
could be
radio
a
allow
point.
us to listen to other greatest
You make a
hits?
point.
Yes. a
What you
few.
mean, other
But
greatest
honestly,
hits?
You know who was more taken to her? The UK.
Yeah.
She is
The
a
fat
Beyonce
white guys
on the other side
with the
You know
yellow
what I mean?
teeth.
Overseas,
But even that's like
on a level.
by chance, even because like
Right.
even in the UK, like everywhere you go, it's the
Racism,
same issue. But
systematic,
you
yeah.
have to, because in order to be like a Beyonce or a Michael Jackson, you got to cross over, right? They
That's
constantly
sure.
talk about crossover.
And
that
that's
was
what
right.
such a
that's
great
what she had to
voice.
do.
Yeah, and in
Right.
order to cross over, you got to look. You know what I mean? Like those blonde wigs do a lot for her. You know what I'm saying?
Beyonce?
Like yes.
Oh yeah. For
Yes,
sure.
like
For
you
sure.
have to make sure that enough white people like you to get to that level.
You know what's crazy? And I'm glad you said what you said, Monsurat, but like there's a conspiracy online and I don't buy into a lot of this shit, but this was very interesting. There's like a Illuminati thing with like the four types of death or 4 types of horses, and Beyonce has sat on each color of the horses. That means that you're part of the Illuminati since the Lemonade album. And there's a red horse, there's a white horse, there's a black horse, and there's another horse. Okay. She sits on all of them.
Like what do you mean she sits on all of them?
She's sitting on all...
in a picture?
In a picture.
Okay.
Album covers. Album pages or whatever. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I didn't pay no mind until she dropped this last album. You want to break my soul? It's a banger. I love that shit. Right. Renaissance. Until she drops that. And she's sitting on the last horse. The horse that's made out of crystals and shit like that. And I'm like, what the fuck?
But where's that?
I'm with you. Yeah, I don't know what that means, but I also understand where Monsurat is coming from. Like, she wears those blonde wigs. And it's
not all just preference.
Yes.
It's strategic.
Yes, right. Absolutely. And she's is
brilliant
texting.
At strategy.
Right. And she's texting Jay-Z, hey, babe, I can finally fit in my skirt from 6 years ago. And he's like, that's crazy. You know what I mean? Like, it's true. Yo, it's so true. Because it's like, Jay-Z don't give a fuck about none of that. But the fact that you're excited and you're hyped, you know that there's some moves coming that's gonna put you back up here for your career, because Rihanna's the only person that's comparable to Beyonce, even though Stephen A. Smith will have things to say otherwise.
Yeah, he said she ain't no Beyonce.
She's not. Idiot. You know why she's not? Because she's not at the level of strategy that Beyonce is. Beyonce's a whole package. It's not just the look, but she knows how to. You could tell every move she makes.
You don't think Rihanna is on the same level?
Why? You know why? Bugging. Because I think Rihanna to some extent is like, I'm gonna do me.
Yes. Rihanna's like attitude, like yes, like she's marked her way, yeah, but like
interesting.
She's like, I'm gonna do me. She's gonna be who she is, and I feel like Beyonce. We don't nobody know who Beyonce is. You know why? Every single thing that Beyonce does is strategic. I feel like she's legit. Like,
you don't think everything Riri does is strategic?
No. Like I feel like just to be able to speak to someone's personality. Right, you can speak to Rihanna.
Yeah, she's more herself.
Yeah, she's gonna do what she's gonna do. Yeah,
right. Yeah. Like
I respect that, and I agree with that. You're right. Yeah. Because again, Riri's not bought. She's one of us. She's from the Caribbean for real, and we still don't know what her kid looked like, but we know that she loves rock.
No, we seen the kid.
The baby.
We saw that little nigga.
Yeah, he got the forehead.
Is the baby ugly?
Just like her.
He looks just like her. He's cute.
Like
I don't even call him babies ugly.
The baby's ugly?
No, don't do that.
Baby's mad cute.
He's cute.
Ugly,
he's a baby.
I think he's cute.
That's
she
crazy.
did that.
But he does have her
the
forehead.
only way I'm going to agree with all three of y'all is if baby attractive.
I knew he was gonna do that.
Yeah.
You see
baby
me
look
looking,
good?
I'm like...
The baby look good?
She made a baby,
right? Hey, Monsurat.
It's a baby.
It's a baby.
That's bad. Nope.
It's a baby.
Y'all have babies.
She said it's a baby. Babies look good. Like, I don't think that there's ugly babies.
You don't think you was an ugly baby?
I was the cutest.
Benjamin Button, that's the only one.
Right.
I think you was the cutest.
I was
an ugly ass baby.
I was actually a really cute baby.
Nah, now you gotta...
I'm not denying
post a baby
that.
picture
I'm not
tonight.
denying that. You look good. And I know you was a cute ass baby. Big old cheeks. I call you Cheeks.
Right. Cheeks and
you
forehead.
were a cute baby. I was an ugly ass baby. Josh, was you a cute baby?
My mom dressed me up in all different type of outfits.
Josh still got a baby
I was a
face.
sailor, a fireman,
He does.
army.
Yo,
Still got a baby face, though.
Don't make me bring out these baby pictures.
I got a couple in my phone.
Josh
I was a
looked
baseball
like
player, basketball player. My mom dressed me up from head to toe. What are you talking about?
She was proud.
Josh looked like
parent.
he got no debts to pay, but a lot of people to thank.
Dude,
if that makes sense.
I mean, my family rich before I got 2 years old, man.
Listen, I was an ugly ass baby. I
don't make ugly, man. Don't say that.
I had Jesse James's hairline.
God damn.
You know what I'm saying? I was wearing like one of Kanye West's onesies before Kanye West was there. I was an ugly baby, but I'm glad that y'all were.
I don't believe that.
I was an ugly baby.
Nah.
Listen,
I'm
gonna call. Listen, I say that to say, 2023 and beyond, if your baby is ugly, I'm gonna say the baby is fucking ugly. I'm not playing.
You don't have
game.
nothing nice to say. Don't say
terrible.
anything at all.
Just who told you that?
Baby.
Terrible.
Don't even say anything at all.
First off, I'm not making no babies.
Nah,
However,
but you know what?
them.
I'm glad we're speaking on it because in the other video,
yes,
there were clips of Kodak, and we talked about how so many black men.
Word.
Oh yeah,
and just that, like,
you can't. Yeah,
that was a good one.
I wanted to actually share a clip.
All right, I'm gonna let you get into it.
I feel like colorism is being perpetuated by black male rappers in music today.
You're both right.
I've straight up heard.
I can't understand why though.
Well, Kodak is ugly, and he's.
But it's always
he's not though.
But it's always been that way.
Would you date Kodak Black?
All right, first of all, he'd have to get in shape, but I don't find him ugly.
Shape.
But this is not
you think he's attractive?
I don't find him
Would
attractive.
Would you date Kodak Black?
His height, looks, and everything.
There's somebody for everyone.
Take away the money.
He's not
Take
for
away
us.
the money.
It's hard to say that.
No money involved.
Right. It's hard to say that because
not even with the money.
Heard
I can't fake the funk.
We've heard the ignorant. We've heard his ignorant. We heard the ignorant things he said.
Okay.
I could never be attracted to Kodak.
That's fine.
His mindset's
Queen.
Let me play the
fine.
clip though. Let's play the clip.
Looks.
Let's play the clip.
Go ahead. Play that clip. And
Kodak,
put it on
I'll
the mic.
date you. But you don't like dark-skinned women.
You fuck him, you said?
I said I date him.
Okay, I thought you said I beat him.
Real colorism is prejudice based on a darker tone complexion.
This
For example,
goofy bitch.
Better than him, or no less than him. So if he could say that he likes skinny women, if he prefers skinny women more than more chubby or heavyset women, he could say that and nobody won't get mad at him. I just said I don't like women with my complexion. I like light-skinned women. I want you to be lighter than me. I love African-American women, but I just don't like my skin complexion.
And he said it right there and there. He just said it.
I heard
and
it.
it's sad.
I heard it when he said it.
So many conversations with people about this, though, like straight up. Like, I've just seen, I remember what I went through getting picked on. I just don't want my kids. I know so many black men,
I don't want to
beautiful
hear
chocolate
none
men.
of that.
It's
even
real,
in my own
though.
family,
It's
like
real,
they
though.
all have mixed kids, or
It's real though.
like they don't want don't want to share the same experience. They don't see beauty in dark skin.
And that's
You're the
self-hate. That is self-hate 100%.
100%.
I agree.
I say it all the time.
You're the only
And it's
mom
sad.
on this dais right now, right?
Right.
And both of your baby daddies are dark-skinned men.
Hell yeah.
So, with that said, right, how do you feel about these goofy niggas like Kodak that be talking like this? How do you feel about it? Because it makes no sense.
It makes none at
It's
all.
sad
But
to me.
Sadly, it's not even like it's
real,
becoming normal. Like I see it everywhere I go. I hear, like you hear it. No, my bad. I'm getting all hyped. But it's real. Like I don't like it at all. That's infuriating, and I don't want to teach my kids that either. Like there's. Go ahead.
I'm saying what he's saying is stuff that people have been saying. Like, it's what people aren't saying. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, just because it's being brought to light doesn't mean, like, what about Biggie? Black, ugly as ever. Like, we don't remember when he said that.
But his wife is Faith Evans.
And she's
Light.
very light.
That's real.
And
though,
she's super light-skinned.
But he's saying it. He's saying it. You know what
black
I'm saying?
and
Like,
saying
like,
what? What was he saying?
If I'm saying I am black and ugly as ever, yeah, it makes sense for me to have a wife that's like whiter than ever. You know what I'm saying? Like
Lighter than ever without being white.
I honestly think this is one of the
Either
results
way, it's
from,
still as close
from
as white you can
slavery.
get.
Honestly,
Yeah, it is.
It's trickled down from slavery
Talk that shit.
till now. Like this is the result of slavery after 400 or 500 years of slavery. Like
It is.
white people have ingrained in our minds with the media. The media plays a big role in the way we
biggest
perceive
role. Yeah.
things and the way what we like, what we don't like. Not me personally, but like the general public.
Right.
Like
and the, white princesses and the this and the that and the
Right,
stuff that's
like-
shoved down your throats. Like, and it's weird. It's weird. There used to be a time where you would go into a toy aisle and it was like the only black doll was Teresa, you know, the one Bobby friend. But it
you
was
couldn't find a black
couldn't find
Barbie
a black
doll.
doll.
Even an American doll. I remember
couldn't.
You remember
getting
that
an
time.
American doll as a young girl. The only black American doll was Abby, and she was a slave girl. She was a slave.
I remember, yeah.
And this is like 1997.
I
Like-
did have a black Cabbage Patch. I will say I did have a black.
There
Cabbage
was,
Patch.
but compared to
But just
today,
one, yeah.
my
Oh,
niece
She had no
so
backstory.
many
Her
options.
backstory was
She
trash.
did have a backstory. Her name was Ruth.
That's a very niggerish. That's a very niggerish old school slave.
Right, you feel the pain.
You feel
the pain.
Did she like plums?
Stop it.
That's a very niggerish.
I feel like it's not just here though. Like
no, it's everywhere.
It's like if you go to any single country. I remember when I was in Egypt, they had commercial after commercial. If you're in Nigeria, commercial after commercial of skin lightening cream. It's in they talk about it.
It's bad in Nigeria.
But it's in the Asian cultures. It's in you go to China. Like if you're darker, if you're lighter, it's in every culture. It's in Hispanic culture.
But this is why I have no tolerance for it in my own. I don't want to hear that shit.
Right.
Not from a black man. Not from somebody the same skin as me. Like
right.
But even
you're
the
bugging.
Even the light skinned dudes, because I have family members that are like, I would never date a dark skinned girl, and like I'm like, you're saying this to me. Why are you saying this to me? Like, what does that mean?
I could never date a woman who's not melanated. Like I literally, I'm ashamed when I see women.
Why? I mean, your preference is your preference. That's not really the issue. The issue is perpetuating colorism, discriminating against a darker skin tone.
You can have a preference
versus a lighter skin tone.
I don't. My preference is I want women that look like me. I can't date a woman that's lighter than me. I can't date a woman that's white. And there have been some really good Caucasian candidates that I had to tell, like, yo.
Shout out to Snow Bunny.
You are. Shut up. This nigga. Shout out to the bunnies. Shout out to the bunnies. Because, no cap. There was one white woman that if she had not moved to Hawaii, she would be my girlfriend right now. And we might have a biracial baby. Because when we were together in public, away from dates, she embodied everything that I wanted from a woman. Like she would tell.
I don't hate that.
She would tell Josh, "Yo, Wole's going to the bathroom. You make sure you take care of me while he's there, and don't let any of these goofy ass niggas talk to me." And those types of things said to my friends would get me excited, would get me hard, and like, what the fuck? She respects me. But she's been gone for 2 years, and that's it. And I told her this.
You know what? That brings me to the next clip. I gotta play the next.
Go ahead,
clip
get it off.
You saying that is almost like.
Go ahead.
You don't get the respect that you need from a black woman
in a
relationship.
Clip?
And Kodak Black also said another thing that was very.
Go ahead and play.
Gutter, right?
We gonna listen. We ready.
Hold on.
We ready. Oh. What we ready?
Like having this conversation, I'm just wondering, did my mom marry my dad because he was white?
This nigga Josh.
Say that again, Josh.
Like my mom is dark skinned and my dad was white, so I'm kind of conflicted right now with this conversation.
I've dated white. I've dated outside my race.
But you didn't marry like my mom did.
Okay,
and you got offered a ring.
Let's play the clip, guys.
I turned it down though.
I know because you wasn't.
And I want you guys to take note that whenever someone of lighter complexion talks about any form of colorism, it always goes back to school days, like middle school and elementary school. Never adulthood instances that can back up their claim.
Complexion, we too gutter. Black people, my complexion, we too gutter. Light skinned women, they most sensitive, you know.
Some dark skinned women out here sensitive.
No, they too tough. Light skinned women, we could break them down more easy. You know what I'm saying? Okay.
Yeah.
So that dumb shit was that?
That femininity with lighter, like it's the same stuff that's been passed on forever.
I saw this video, and this dude was pretty drunk, but they asked him a question about like, would you ever date, a girl from your kind? And he was a Spanish dude, but he was like, I want to date a girl from my kind, but there's a topic that we don't talk about is how white women or light skinned women are raised versus like a dark girl. And he was like, what you mean? I'm drunk. But this is just a quick fact. He said they are trained to be more feminine, more approachable, more receivable towards the male versus a dark-skinned girl. I'm like, damn.
And let me tell you where that's bullshit. What happens is the world doesn't treat them the way they treat us.
There you go.
Period.
There you go.
My lived experience won't allow me to be feminine, to trust people, to be. I'm always on guard. Always. I don't trust people. I've been abused. I've been in domestic violence. I've been treated wrong.
I was gonna say it's more than just being trained,
right?
It's about being allowed.
I was trained the same way everyone else.
If I'm out here with a black dude or white dude, whatever, are you allowing me to stand? I read an article about this recently, actually. Like, are you allowing me to stand in my femininity? I can't do that if you're not bringing your masculinity, right? Like
You're treating me tough.
If
You want to treat me tough and then call me tough when I respond in a tough way. That's crazy.
Like, I have to be that way because you're not coming. You know, like, you're not doing what you need to be doing. So, like, at the end of the day, like, if you make me into who I am and then you hate me for who I am, that goes back to slave days, you know?
Word.
Right. And there's a lot of broken homes, I feel like, in the black community.
Absolutely.
I feel like that also plays a part in that.
There's
passed down.
Right. Your father was a bitch and your mother did everything, and now you look at women that do everything like it's
and that's why therapy is so important.
Absolutely.
People be mad at me like, Wole, why you always talking about that therapy thing?
It's super important.
Wole, why you always talking about your therapist?
It's a must.
Listen, last week, right? I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna shut the fuck up forever. Last week, I had my first check-in with my therapist in like 6 months. I hadn't talked to this nigga in 6 fucking months.
Why not?
Because he's busy and I don't pay to see him. I see him for free.
Right.
Because
that's just how it is. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm Wole.
Right.
And he's like, "Oh, what is your insurance, nigga?" I pay my insurance on my own. So I would have to pay you XYZ regardless. And he's like, "All right, don't worry about it. We're going to figure out a day where we can see each other." And anyway, so last Friday, we have a check-in. We check in for over an hour. And I'm like, "Yo, how are you? How am I?" And that's how it always goes. Mm-hmm. He's just like, "Yeah, my son's good. My son's 7 now. My daughter's 4. Blah, blah, blah." His son goes to an all-Spanish private school somewhere in northern Mass. I don't even fucking know where it's at. But his son is a fucking savage. He speaks fluent Spanish. The school is Spanish. His son speaks fluent Spanish. That's his first language. Second language is English. His daughter, smarter than his son, like, for whatever reason, African-American or black fathers allow their daughters to do things that their sons ain't gonna do, whatever. But we had our check-in, right? And I'm just like, "Yo, I'm great. I have questions about XYZ. And he was like, "Yo, I want to know why you allow people to do this and that." And I'm like, "Yo, Dr. Booth, I'm good. Like, I don't need people to like agree with me. I don't need people to like validate me. All I want to be is a resource. Period. That's all I need. I don't need any validation. Like, I just want to I want to make sure that I'm putting myself in a position for folks to understand, like, if you group me into something and say, "Hey, I know this guy named Wole and we're going to group him into this, and this is how we feel about that. He's good." And he was like, "All right, cool. Bet. Say less." And one of the things that my therapist has always taught me is to not allow people to get me off of my rocker or to be upset about something that I can't control. Kind of what you was talking about. And he told me this in 2014, and I've always thought about that. That's been in the back of my mind for a long time. So, like, I don't let people fucking fuck Monsurat. I can't do what she do. I can't do that. I don't allow people to take me off of my throne and make me think about things that I can't control because I literally don't understand where they're coming from. I don't do that. It's like, you have a perspective. I need to respect it. That's what it is. I am going to embrace it, and we're going to move forward. Same thing with you, Tia. Same thing with you, Cassie. Same thing with you, Josh. And when he told me that he hasn't raised his voice to anybody that he knows in over a decade, I was like, what the? How the fuck did you do that?
Better than me.
Listen.
Better than me, too.
Let me tell you. Shit. This is why he became my therapist. Let me tell y'all, and I'm going to shut the fuck up. This is why he became my therapist. In 2014, he told me he hasn't raised his voice to anybody in over a decade. And I said, "Nigga, you capping." I didn't believe it. I was on my Daniel Hernandez. I was like, "Nigga, with the blicky and the sticky on the wiki." I didn't believe him. I thought he was talking shit. And then he told me exactly what happened. And I was like, "Yo, how the fuck did you do that?" So basically, his sister-in-law, his wife's little sister, went to his house on Thanksgiving, and he had already been practicing therapy, meditation, all that shit, and he like centered himself. He was in a place of zen. His wife's sister came to his house, and he said, listen, you can't go into my fridge without asking permission. He told her that. Don't do it. She asked him for permission. He's like, listen, unless I tell you can, don't go into my fridge. It's my house. We're hosting Thanksgiving. Don't do it. She fucking did it. So what he told her when he came back down from he came downstairs and he saw her in the fridge, and he was like, didn't I ask you not to go in the fridge? Didn't I ask you to like respect what we have going on here and blah, blah, blah. It's the holiday, this and that. Mind you, this is a woman who has disrespected the rules the last 3, 4, 5 holidays. So he goes to his wife and he tells her what happened. He said, listen, I'm about to send your sister home because she's not being respectful of the rules that we set in place, that Boundaries. I set in place. Exactly, Boundaries. Right?
Yeah.
The older sister goes to the younger sister and says, my husband said, you gotta leave because you aren't respecting him. And she was like, I don't give a fuck. I ain't leaving. I ain't doing nothing. She was like, no. Nigga. Yeah. She was like, the wife was like, no, you're leaving. You gotta go. And then like she had another random family member make her a plate, hand it to her, put her jacket on her like she was fucking James Brown, nigga, walked her out of the fucking house, and she's crying. This little sister is crying now. And he's just like, yeah. And I'm like, yo, why did you tell me that story, Dr. Booth? He was like, I needed you to know that over the last 10 years, I really did not allow myself to be affected by what other people had to say about me. You know what I'm saying?
And it's part of that removing people from the
absolutely.
circle when they need to, right?
He was.
That's it.
Him and his wife had a conversation where they talked about respect.
Right.
If somebody disrespects her and the rules that she has for their house, he, regardless of what it was,
or what it was,
they have to go.
Right.
On the flip side, same thing. If you disrespect my rules, my wife is going to be on my side, regardless of what your relationship is to me. You got to go. Mm-hmm. And he said, I haven't raised my voice since 2003. I thought it was bullshit. Bro, when he told me that story, the whole time he was just like, I'm sorry that you feel this passionate about this, but you do have to leave. Like when he kicked her out, he was like, you got to leave. And she was like, what the fuck you talking about, nigga? I can do whatever. And he was just like, hey, babe.
You want to go get a coat?
Your sister went into the fridge after I told her not to go into the fridge, and she has to leave. It was Thanksgiving. She was 20 years old.
Yeah.
She felt embarrassed, and that's why she cried. She felt embarrassed and cried and was like, I can't believe my sister's doing this to me.
Because I went and got a coat.
Exactly. But her sister was like, no, you did it to yourself because you know what my husband told you. Don't go into our fridge without permission. You went into our fridge without permission while he was upstairs talking to me, and you thought you was going to get away with it.
Yo, I can't wait to have white people problems. I'm sorry. Like, that's the Thanksgiving story.
Right.
Like, I need that in my life.
Listen,
that's the tea. That's the drama.
Not in my house.
I feel you. I feel
but
you.
But a boundary is a boundary.
And it feels
and learning how to set boundaries because a lot of times
it feels like that, and that's why I feel bad bringing it up. But I also feel great because we should have those boundaries.
Right. A lot of us don't know.
We should feel privileged enough to have those boundaries.
Right. But how do you? So I feel like a lot of people, especially if you live in a family where, and most people do, right? Like you live in a family where you're not taught boundaries, right? Like how do you learn to have healthy boundaries if you don't even know what that looks like, right?
You've got to see it, though. It's exposure. You got to see it. It's exposure first.
Absolutely.
Because once you see it, and again, that's what it did for you.
Yeah,
once you heard that story and you said, wow, over your fridge, dog, you was just kicking niggas out.
But he asked her not to do it, and she did it anyway.
But it was still a fridge. Like, you know what I'm saying?
No, for sure.
For you, that story is what made you like.
But he's talking about not raising his voice and not allowing anybody to turn him off of his rocker.
He never had to turn up. You could remove people before you get to that point.
And that was powerful.
We've talked about that too.
Yeah, I don't.
We've talked about that too.
That other part is like, but dog, you were able to control all of that.
What does it take to get somebody to the place where they can, you know what I mean? Because a lot of times, you might be like, well, this is my person, or this is my this, or you know what I mean? Like, we give ourselves excuses. You know what I mean? We don't enforce our own boundaries. How do you get to a place where you're comfortable enough within yourself to be able to say, this is who I am, I'm standing firm in that, and I'm not budging?
That's a great question, Monsurat. And I feel like for me, personally, I don't think there's a real answer to that. I think you have to do what you feel is the best. Yeah, you got to do what you feel is the best for you. For that situation, he knows that his fucking sister-in-law is a toxic human being who is loud and wants a lot of attention and only comes around when there's holidays. So there's a precedent that he has to set. But for me, it's like, I just want everybody to understand that regardless of where you're at in your life, you have access to the resources that you feel like you don't have access to. And if that means that I have to shut the fuck up and internalize all of these different whatever so you can understand, like, yo, you got this resource and that resource and that resource, then I'll do that. But if it's something like you see Cassie, you see fucking Monsurat, you see Tia, and you're ready and willing to like embrace what comes with that exposure, then you do that. But it is what it is, because in 2023, everybody is learning for the first time. I think there's a lot of people out here that are not in a position of us five where they can say, oh, I want this. They're all trying to figure out, who am I and what do I want? And the who am I question,
an ongoing process.
It's a very ongoing process. Yeah, super ongoing, very tedious, and a lot of people don't understand it. And somebody that went to a non-traditional high school for my primary education at the Met, it's like, damn, do I act like I'm one of these motherfuckers who know what the Met is trying to do in terms of putting all of us on this little pedestal and turning us into these fucking, oh my God, these tokens? No, I'm not one of those. I believe that anybody who goes to the Met High School should have their own experience. It should not be a monolithic thing. We should all experience it the way that we experience it. But there are some people that work there that are like, nah, Wole and fucking Jordan and Carisha, they all the same. But it's not.
It's not like that.
Because Carisha like getting peed on and Wole don't.
Right.
It just is what it is. It is what it is.
Young May love that shit too.
Who?
Young Miami.
Yeah, Carisha.
Did she say that?
Yeah.
She said she likes
She loves it. She loves it.
I have friends who express that, but that's a
look, the money you gotta pay me to pee on me, nigga, is crazy.
But look at the amount of money she's getting monthly.
And good for her.
Right.
Good for her. Yeah. Go ahead.
For that amount,
Cassie. Cassie's like, yeah.
Could I pee on you for that amount?
Could you pee on me?
For Diddy's
pee on her like that?
How much you need?
I love all three of y'all. I need $1 million a piece for y'all to pee on me.
Just once?
$1 million.
Well, what if what if you go down on a girl and she squirts on you? Isn't that pee? I heard that's pee.
I would never. First off, it is pee. Second off,
we don't know if it's
I
pee.
would never. What?
Be nasty to say it's not even pee. She doesn't even know what it is.
It is pee.
Nasty.
I heard it's pee, but then some girls say, "Oh no, it's not. No, it's not."
After this nigga's like.
If a girl
don't worry about it, it's not pee.
I mean, what are you gonna do? Like,
first off,
we gotta do an OF update too.
I mean, if you whatever you want to do, let's go pee, man. Let me go to the bathroom.
On that note,
hey, Josh, you hold it. You gotta hold it down.
I got you, bro.
Yeah,
I got you.
I know you do, Kay.
So, what's our thought about our brother Antonio Brown wilding out the way that he's been doing for the past few days?
Give us a brief.
Some content.
Yeah.
So, Tom Brady lost against the Cowboys last weekend, and Mr. Antonio Brown decided to repost some videos that were hidden in his Snapchat. He didn't even know they were available, but he reposted it. And one is we all know his baby mama. She's light skinned, so colorism, right?
I thought she was white. She's not white.
I thought she was light skinned, but hey,
I'm trying to give her. I'm
trying to give her like a little bit of light.
But I only saw it in the article.
Yeah.
But.
So there's a repost of her giving fellatio, and then there's another short clip of them having sex again.
Wait, he did that on purpose or on accident?
Very intentional.
Okay.
Very intentional.
Posted on Snapchat, right?
It was on Snapchat, but because of all the millions and millions of followers that he has, they reposted on all social media. So, what's your thoughts about Antonio Brown and his behavior? Is he an attention seeker? Do you think he also need to be with the lady with the nice couch and have like a long ass vacation? Like, what do you think, guys?
Well, okay, so that's...
And quick context, the baby mama did post it on her social media that, yes, this is something that we did in our previous relationship, but she is disappointed with Antonio Brown to bring it up to light, and she apologized to all the viewers and their kids to be, seeing this type of thing, knowing that it was something in private. So, sorry.
I don't know too much about Antonio Brown, I can't lie.
One of the greatest wide receiver until he lost his mind.
He's no longer with his baby's mom, correct?
The stuff that he did to her, ooh, child.
Okay.
He throw like little dicks, gummies at her and tell her fuck you in front of the kids while the police was escorting them out. Right. He did a lot of terrible things too.
I was looking at some of the comments on Twitter. I don't know if you saw any of the comments, because she did post like something about like a statement saying like,
she apologized. She'd be like, this is not us. This is in the past, and I'm sorry. That's all she could say.
Well, some of the people in the comments were like, oh, well, she's probably happy that he posted that. I don't know. I honestly don't know. Like, I don't know if she wanted him to post it.
Nah, she seemed like she was mad. She seemed like she was mad in her statement. She's like, she's aware of what do you do? Like, what would you do? Like, what do you do? What do you say?
Yep.
You can be upset and you gotta apologize. Like, she apologized for the families who have kids that may follow him and had to see it.
Exactly. Yeah, she did.
They're innocent.
But do you think she just said that because that's what she should say, or do you think it was actually genuine?
I feel like think about it. Like, unless she was the type that's already posting that kind of content and she's into that, like, then no, she had to be genuine. She has kids. Right. No woman that has children is, even for someone for me, I have content like that out there. For purchase, not like publicly. If any of that stuff ever went public, like I'm gonna be mortified. It's not meant for that audience.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it's adult content. It's not. Why would I want you? Why would I be excited about it going viral or your kids seeing it or whatever?
You're able to revisit these old memories and repost it like it's nothing. It's like, what's your thoughts?
He's nuts. Anyway.
With the stuff that he's been doing, jump into the pool butt-ass naked, posting a book about Grizel, a children's book a bit of Tom Brady walking out, him in the house, Grizel in the house, kicking Tom Brady out.
He reposted that?
Him in the house, and
that cartoon,
that cartoon, that was him. Yeah, that's part of his work. Yeah,
I can't.
Him saying that Tom Brady didn't do nothing for him when he helped him get a Super Bowl ring and all that good jazz. Like, what's your thoughts?
I feel like hurt people. I feel like relationships, you not to get all theoretical, but I'm about to get theoretical, right?
Girl, talk your talk, man.
Like, I feel like you hear situations about what like love can do to people, right? Or when you like truly have feelings for somebody, you hear people that kill other people because they're like, if I can't be with you, then you can't be with anybody, right? Like, people go crazy.
I run away.
There's some situations, some relationships where if someone makes you go crazy, you know what I mean, it's for a valid reason. Like,
right.
I know a girl where she was married to a guy, and then he ended up coming out of the closet like a few years, you know, into their marriage. Mind you, you know, she's in her 20s, like the best years of your life you spent with this guy. He knew he was gay the whole time, but he still decided to marry you. I mean, if you black out and freaking spaz out, to me, that's a valid fucking reason.
Right. I feel like there's so many different situations.
Because we could have just been friends. I could have went and had drinks and wings with y'all on a Friday.
Let's let Monsurat. Let's
help me pick up my outfits. All of it.
Let's let Monsurat finish.
I know, my bad.
I feel like everybody has their reason, right? So like, what about those women who like are married to a down low brother and then he comes back and he brings you AIDS? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
God damn it.
People have reasons, but I'm saying, but there's also people who are in abusive situations and it's a power trip. Like, you can't be with me, then you can't be with anybody else. What I'm saying is that love has the power to make you do some stupid stuff and some crazy stuff, right? And that's real. Like, when you get that far deep into your emotions, you know what I mean? Like, you don't know what you could do. You don't know what other people could do. So I'm just saying, like, there could be a number of reasons why he's doing what he's doing. But at the end of the day, like, if you're spending this much of your life to be about other people, then something's not right. You know what I mean? Therapy. We just got through talking about therapy. Therapy's real.
It's the lady with the nice chair. I know. I hear you.
You know, like, we got to do what we got to do to take care of ourselves. You know what I mean? So if he's hurting, I feel for him, and I hope that he gets the help that he needs.
Or is he seeking attention?
To do what he needs.
Is he?
It's both. It's all of the above. Yeah. He's definitely seeking attention. People who don't really get it want it, and they're gonna do whatever it takes to get it.
But even if you feel like you need it, where does that come from? You know what I mean?
It'll come from wherever you can get it, and that ties into the ego of like being somebody who's not the smartest person in the room, but it's the most charismatic, because you can get people to buy into like why you're important by believing in your story and like thinking that your story is something that everybody needs to understand or listen to. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I'm so good at this is because I have experience being the nigga who roasted everybody. But also when it came down to accountability, everybody had something to say about me and what I had to say about them. When I was 16 years old, I was put on a stool. They sat me on a stool in front of everybody in my entire fucking building. I went to the Mount High School in on the west end of Providence, P Street campus. They sat me on a stool in front of all. I told you this, but like they don't know
what happened.
The entire school, 120 students, about 20 staff, and everybody took turns saying why I was a good kid, but why they didn't fuck with me. Because I had roasted staff and students galore. Talking about everybody. I roasted everybody.
And you know what? He actually really needed that. After he told me
Shut your ass up.
He actually did. You know what? It was his punishment. He needed that.
Talk the truth, Cassidy.
I needed it. I needed it because I was 1,000% not allowing anybody to like get away with shit. I had girls that would come into the common room and like, hey, beg for money, but you got on a name belt. You got on the hoop, the bamboo earrings with your name on them. You got on the brand new Jordans, and you got on fucking Continental jeans. Jeans at Continentals cost $35.
But they were boosting.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't fucking matter.
That doesn't mean that they had the money.
I don't listen. First off,
that doesn't mean that they had it.
Cheeks, because I call you Cheeks.
I know.
I don't want these niggas to call you Cheeks, but Tia. I don't give a fuck if it was boosted, because niggas that go to Continental didn't know that. They just paid for whatever was on the rack. And this girl paid for whatever was on the rack. You're not going to come into my fucking common room every day and ask niggas for $3 when you got on name hoop earring, name baboon earrings. You got on a name belt that's digital now. Your name is...
He said not the regular one, the digital
yes, it
one.
Is.
It's
scrolling. See,
I wanted the digital one.
You're not
doing the rhinestone one.
Right.
You're not doing that to me. You're not fucking doing that to me. And then you got the nerve to be like, oh, Wole, why
not?
No.
So what was your thing? So she does that, and you say
I fucking roasted her to tears.
Why?
And she told the principal, and the principal was like, Wole, I love you. You're a good kid. You're very talented. There's a lot of people that got grievances with you. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a town hall, and we're gonna put a stool in front of the entire school, and you're gonna sit on it, and we're gonna allow everybody that got a problem with you to stand up, raise their hand, and tell you why they got an issue.
They literally mean girl you. Remember Mean Girls, the movie?
How'd you feel about
listen,
it?
Literally.
Junior year of high school. Junior year of high school. I sat on this stool and watched grown-ass adults and little-ass niggas that are my age raise their hand one by one. Wole, you know that I fuck with you, right? Like, you know it. However, that time we was at lunch and I said I wanted those fries and you called me fat and I ate the fries anyway, and then you was like, I knew your fat ass was gonna finish all the fries. That's what
you know what?
Bro, legit. That's what it was. You didn't have to
do that. That's why. If you didn't want to give the fries, then just say no.
You know you could just say no, right?
But you didn't want to say no. You wanted to roast people and make them feel bad about themselves.
First off, wait a minute.
Does it come from that
I'm
place?
16 years old. I'm sick.
Right, now we're coming
Cassie's over here. She's over here age shaming. First off.
Hey, we're not going down memory lane. We ain't going to do that.
No, we're not. We're not, King.
Two reasons.
You're right.
One, we're over time.
We're 1,000%.
We're over time.
But the fact that these niggas thought it was cool to say to a 16-year-old, yo, you a funny kid, you this and that, but XYZ, it's like,
yeah, saying the butt was a slap on your face.
I could deal with it. I don't think y'all could have dealt with that. There's a lot of people that could have dealt. They literally singled me out and made me look like I was out here trying to make people cry.
But you know why? Because they feel like you're tough enough because
you had tough skin.
Because I was a dark-skinned street tough.
You were
racist.
Nah, you were talking.
That's
racist. Nah.
Racist.
I love you, and you know that.
I know you love.
I like show. Let's talk about R.I.P. Sierra Miss, Pepsi Cola,
Starry Soda. Yes. Our last topic of the night.
It's not even a topic. It's just a quick announcement. So
it's not even really
decided to eliminate the whole thing just to focus on the Gen X. It's called Starry.
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 STARRY. Terrible name for a soda.
It's not going to be Sprite or 7-Up. Right?
Or Sierra Mist.
Or lemonade. Just simple carbonated lemonade.
Replace Sierra Mist, right?
Huh? It's
supposed to, but who knows?
It's the same ingredient. Nothing changed. It's just the name, just the design. So RP to Starry. We're gonna end the show, and
are we gonna end it?
You really want?
I have a question to ask niggas. I know we gotta get out of here.
Go
so
ahead.
Boom, Josh. We're gonna start with you.
Goddamn.
Is there a white person that you consider a mentor and somebody that you've learned from in your lifetime?
A mentor?
Is there a white person that you consider a mentor or somebody that you've learned from in your lifetime?
He was Irish. Yeah, he was Irish. I did the year of...
What's his name and what did he teach you?
His last name was Duncan. I don't want to make up his first name, but I know his last name was Duncan. He was the senior marketing of Citizen Bank here in Rhode Island. Mm-hmm. He was my mentor from 2012 to 2013 when I was doing the Year Up program.
Okay.
Showed me how to cook potato through the microwave. He showed me his way. The Irish way is so legit and taught me some cool.
So legit that you want to switch to that?
Huh?
So legit that you want to switch to that?
What do you mean switch?
The Irish way?
Irish?
The Irish way is pretty dope. The gangster way too, Chase the Irish, Goodfellas, all them gangster movie, man. Yeah.
Okay.
Why not?
Okay.
But yeah,
what was his name?
I'm calling him Mr. Duncan because I forgot his first name.
Okay.
But he definitely taught me how to be more strategic. He taught me how to, voice my opinion, not to be afraid, to take no criticism because I'm usually harsh on myself. But he gave me some really good pointer. He welcomed me to his home, taught me a lot of stuff. So yeah, shout out to Mr. Duncan.
Shout out to Mr. Duncan. Miss Monsurat, you're our guest for the evening. Is there a white person that you consider a mentor or that taught you something very valuable in the very limited years that you've had on this planet without aging your black ass?
Be funny.
I'm not trying to be. I am hilarious. And that's
that.
why you love me. I knew you was going to say that you love me.
So I have had quite a few. I mean, you know, being in some of the places that I've been in, you know,
with your smart ass. Yeah, you got a lot of smarts.
But I would say two that come to mind is one when I was in law school. She kept reminding me that I was supposed to be there, that I needed to be there.
Love that.
And that me being who I was, it was necessary for me to be there.
What was her name?
Catherine Thompson.
Shout out to her.
Shout out to her. And
there was Miriam Boyajian. Like, she is an OG. Like, this woman, she was the head of the Upward Bound program.
Let's go.
And this woman
at URI,
no, at Rick.
At Rick?
Yeah.
You went to Rick for Upward Bound?
There was only Upward Bound was only at Rick. You're talking about TD. Nah, there was only Upward Bound at Rick.
So now I have another love for you that I didn't have before. Continue. Go ahead.
Okay.
Goddamn.
Okay, nigga. I don't care. But
they just came from nowhere.
I thought Upward Bound was at URI and Rick. I didn't know
TD,
that it was only Rick. Like that. Yeah.
She saved a lot of us though. Like I not saved, but like she put us on to things that we like. It's exposure. You know what I mean? Like she legit all the way up until law school, like she had my back. Like this woman was about my success, and I wish I knew that then. But like so many of us can attest to the fact that she.
Wait. Why do you say you wish you knew that then? What did you do that didn't show appreciation?
It's not that
to her?
I didn't show appreciation, but I was like we were kids. You know what I mean? Like we was in high school, so like we taking this.
You didn't know the intention of the person.
This is like the woman who like walking around. You're like, who is this woman? You know what I mean? Like she's not always the nicest person because she has to be a disciplinarian. She has to be.
I hear you.
She got to do what she got to do. So sometimes you're like, dang, like why is this woman doing this? Why is this woman doing that? But like the way and to the extent that she had our back, like yo, I can't even say enough. Like this woman, the last thing she did for me, I was in law school, mind you. That's like years. I did undergrad. I took 6 years off before I went to law school. So I'm like a grown person.
I didn't know you took that much time off.
I
before
did.
You got your law degree. That's crazy.
After you graduate 3 years in law school, graduate from law school, take the bar exam. Took me a couple times to pass the bar exam. And I was ready to give up. I was done. You know, she was just like, if you need me to pay for you to get to like take
you gotta
this bar
do
exam,
it though.
Like I got you. You know what I mean? Like that's
she wanted to
this
see you
woman was
succeed,
like,
sure.
yes, like I got you. What do you need? This is happening. You know what I'm
Fire.
saying?
Yeah,
That's
nice.
she's an OG.
What's her name?
Amazing.
Miriam Boyajian.
Adopt me.
Shout out to her.
Adopt
Absolutely.
me.
Shout out to her for sure. Because you're one of my favorite people, and she's one of yours, and now she's one of mine. Go ahead, Cassie. So, tell us about a white person that it just they have a seat at the cookout that had an impact on your life.
So I don't have any white mentors or anything. I can't lie. And it's crazy because I've been surrounded by a lot of white people my whole entire life. Like I went to an all-white Catholic school from, daycare to like 8th grade. And then I went to St. Ray's, is another predominantly white school.
It is.
And then I went to URI. I've only been to 3 schools my whole life too, which is crazy. And I feel like when I got to URI, when I got to college, like I kind of was starving for like black friends and everything else. Not saying like that, but I don't really have anyone that really
that's
mentored.
white.
Yeah, that's white that steered me in the right direction.
Okay.
Or like took the time to like, you know what I mean? Like, no, not really. I can't. No one's coming to mind. Not in my adult life. No, in my like childhood life, yes, but not in my adult.
Those
life.
are all connected though.
Okay. Yeah.
So who's the white person?
All right, Mrs. Henkel, my 8th grade teacher.
Mrs. Henkel?
Mrs. Henkel, my 8th grade teacher. That lady was probably one of the greatest people I've ever met in my life.
Why?
Definitely. She just like put a lot of like confidence in me, like when in a time where I really wasn't confident. I've always been like a shy person, and she brought out that confidence in me. I remember when she read a couple of my poems that I wrote in front of the class, and that kind of like had a impact on me as a young kid. So she kind of helped me come out my shell a little bit. But other than that, no one else in my adult life, no.
Okay. JaTia.
So right away, I thought of two people. Early on, I had a middle school teacher. Her name was Mrs. Brady, and she allowed me to flourish. Like, she saw things in me that I didn't know were there, and she just pushed me to my potential. And I was always top of the class, and she pushed me on to do student council and just find my voice and my confidence, and I was just unstoppable then. Like, you really feel like you know yourself. Like, I knew myself then. And I feel like as an adult, we go through all these different things and we lose ourselves and we forget. But when I really think of who I am at the core, it was that person then. And she has a lot to do with that. So I think that's dope. And then recently there's a mom in the PTO at my kid's school. Her name's Erica Lambert, and she's just so involved in so many things, and she cares. And sometimes we do like PTO tours at the school if like people in the neighborhood are considering letting their kids come to the school or whatever. And like a lot of times our school's the more diverse school. There's another school in the community and it's a lot less diverse. And of course the test scores are higher and that kind of thing. And she's just so raw and real with it. Like, she sends her kids to the schools in the hood. She wants them to have the exposure. She's just not, she's not with the games, you know what I mean? Like, and she puts me on to opportunities for my kids. Like, you know what I mean? She's just always looking and searching and finding a way. And I just appreciate that so much. Like, her friendship has, it's just dear to me now. Like,
word.
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of respect for her.
Shout out to that. J Poppy, close us out.
All right, guys. So you guys heard the pregame podcast, episode 285, I think. 95?
295.
295. Well, yeah, we're 5 episodes away from Mr. 300. Shout out to Mr. Wole for.
Shout out to you too, nigga.
I mean, I've only been here for less than a year, but I'm trying to do my best. All right, guys, if you would like to throw in your social media for the people to follow you in case they have any cybernetic question or maybe some like lawsuit.
Is that a word? Cybernetic.
Cybernetic's a real word.
It is now.
Why he's using it, I don't know. But
did I use it correctly?
I've never heard it.
I don't even know.
Close enough.
Yeah, I mean, I'm on LinkedIn. You could just like,
I'm gonna,
LinkedIn.
I'm gonna add you on LinkedIn.
Okay, and then I'm
Wait, what's your name on LinkedIn?
Ottun. So if you do the whole, www.linkedin.com/Ottun.
Or find me and then just Ottun and you'll find us.
Ottun. Okay.
And then
her gangsta ass.
I'm on Instagram, but I don't use it that often. But if you want to follow me on Instagram, that's cool. It's Monsurah. So it's MSURAHLOV3.
You're not on Instagram like that?
No, not like that. I'm on it to just be looking, So
yeah, she be judging people on there.
I was trying to do my research ahead of time, so when I opened up my browser, her name is still there.
I do have a website.
Monsurat's different, bro.
She's protecting her ass.
And the next couple guests we have are fun, but like they're not her.
Especially, no Facebook. I'm sorry. WhatsApp is iffy, but I do have WhatsApp and like
for the relative. We
and Instagram for real. You gotta.
I got awards pulling up and everything. Like,
listen,
she's the truth.
In the fourth quarter of 2022, she had 2 awards and 3 recognitions that I'm aware of. Like, you out here.
That's what's up, girl.
We got to show you.
You out here.
We're giving you flowers
and that's
now.
fine.
Truly an
that's
inspiration.
Fine.
Oh, wait. Why you pull up?
Miss JaTia,
I'm looking up
what's
her
your
name. Why
social media tag?
That's ELI.
But I do have a website.
This is a young
so-
Oh, what's your website?
That's
Guys.
way big. That ain't got nothing to do with nothing.
I'm gonna mute your mics.
I'm sorry.
What is your website, please?
It's Mocha Strategic Consulting. So MOCCA.
Mocha.
Strategicconsulting.com.
Okay.
We'll make sure we
MOCCA.
put that information right in our bios and link. Miss JaTia, what's your social media tag?
So I'm on Instagram as JaTia Rollins, my full name. There's a link in my bio. If you're interested in all the new ventures I have going on, it's all there.
The cleaning business,
the cleaning
modeling,
business, all of it.
All of it.
Rain,
Tia Snow.
XXX, you know, it's all there.
Miss Cassie, what's your social media tag?
Okay, so I'm on Facebook. You can find me at Cassie Killingham. Just search my name, and then my Instagram is Cassie.Hawa_. I'm also on Snapchat, but nobody needs my Snap.
Or do they? Or do they?
I mean,
all right.
I post the things that I don't post on my other social medias.
Mr. Wole, don't go far now.
So.
What's your social media tag?
Wole does stand up on everything. WODOESSTANDUP on everything. IG, motherfucking Instagram, on Facebook. If you got me on Facebook, then you're old as fuck because I don't be on there. But that's LE, capital L, lowercase e, WO. I just gotta let niggas know. Yeah. You asked for it. It is what it is. You know what I mean? Like,
and I'm J Poppy. I'm J Casanova on social media, as well as we're all part of the Pregame podcast _ the 41 Squad. Follow us on the social media, YouTube, IG. We're bringing the videos. We're bringing content.
All of it.
And now we're on TikTok.
And we're also on TikTok. So check us out. We love you. We appreciate you. Bless and good night.
Peace.
Hey.
Bye.
Gang, gang.
What's going on, my people? This is Wole from the Pregame Podcast. We appreciate your support. Thank you for listening to this episode. Please like, share, and subscribe to us on Spotify, SoundCloud, Anchor, and wherever you listen to podcasts. We love y'all. And until next time, peace.